Hello. We got the trickster jackets. My beloved. It is my favorite jacket ever. Yes, and the shirt Mags got me for Crimbus underneath. Yes, why is my chair squeaking a little bit? I am typing around a bowl. Yes, trickster. Yes. This is for my cosplay. Yes, yes, indeed. But hello, yes, welcome if you're new here or not welcome. My name is Erin Gray, and can my chair stop squeaking? Tonight we're playing Citizen Sleeper 2. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I have been patiently waiting to play Citizen Sleeper 2 with all of you. I was reached out by someone from Fellow Traveler to get a little code to play it with all of you. So again, thank you, Fellow Traveler, for the key to play Citizen Sleeper 2. I am so excited to play this game with you all. I do have the bat. The bat is on the floor behind me. I was telling my mom earlier, because I called her and was like, hey, bestie, just to catch up and everything. Not like anything was wrong. And I'm like, I'm not thinking of vendoring this year. I think I might use those metal grates that I was using for my stuff at conventions and, hang it on the wall and then, put hooks on to put my props, my cosplay props on it. And she's like, oh, that might be a good idea. Hey, Sheris. Hi, Chloe. How are you? Snacking on way too many brownies? I am your boss. Where are my brownies, ma'am? Excuse me, where are my brownies? Hello? Good to see you, Chloe. And good to see you too, Shears. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Yeah, the music's been fading in and out. I'm in the menu screen. There's no there's no options button, so I can't go in and toggle volume yet. But we'll get there eventually. I will look appreciatively at the... What if I ate them all? Okay, that's okay. I have a cookie. So that... Okay, we can make that work. Working on getting a cold. Wait, why are you trying to get a cold? I'm confused. Did I miss something? Are you trying not to get a cold, but you're currently getting a cold? Is that what's happening? Yeah, still love how this camera glitches. Yay, great. Still love that for us. This is the third replacement Razor. What's going on over there, buddies? Anything for a day off, I guess. Trying not to, I'm struggling through it, hopefully not getting worse. Oh, I hope not. I hope it doesn't get worse. I actually just bought a new mask to wear at work that has filters that you can put in it, just because college kids be sicky because they literally can't afford to take a day off from school, so they come to our office sicky, and I'm like, no thank you. No ma'am, I'm not trying to get sick. Coughing since Thursday. I think the sniffles are coming in slowly. Oh no. So bring cake to work on Tuesday. Oh no. Well, you could still bake the cake or buy the cake, and then you could just share it with us on Tuesday. You can do that. That seems like a fun idea. Yeah, that cake is for you. You just put get well soon on it, and then that cake is now for you. Congratulations. I hope everyone is doing well. There hasn't been a lot happening over here, just a lot of personal stuff going on, and I'm gonna probably have some work news soon, pending that the higher powers that be, aka human resources, get their shit together. Politely, I say that very politely, because I really don't know what's happening over there, but I should have some work news soon. I sneeze on this cake, no one will touch it. That is very true. Considering baking the cake, bringing it, and then sitting in an office room all on my own. All by myself. And their shit together challenge impossible. No, that's so true. That's so true. It took us like forever to get things posted at some point for positions, but that wasn't an HR problem though. That was a provost problem. We had started going under a critical vacancy review, which basically is like, we're on a hiring chill. We're still going to hire people, but each position needs to be reviewed by the provost themselves, physically in the flesh, to determine if this position that currently exists at the university, that someone left that position, is warranted to have someone be rehired for that position. Hire and chill, the new Netflix and chill. No, ma'am. So, we're not sure what's happening right now. The paperwork is somewhere in the ether. Somewhere with the higher powers that be. Hi, Gothics. Hope you're doing well. If your workplace doesn't understand why you can't bake that cake for them, then that's their problem. True. But okay, but why are you bringing the cake? Is it for a birthday? Don't mind. I don't think they really mind much. We just get so many birthdays that we need to schedule our cake days, and I'm slotted in for next week. Oh, that's kind of nice that you get cake for like every colleague's birthday. We just give them a card. We don't do anything else beyond getting a card. We're a little too disorganized for that, honestly. Because some people get cards and some people don't. Okay. So, when the Borth Haver brings cake. Oh, that's right, because next week's your birthday. That's right. Well, hopefully you're here on Monday or Tuesday, and then we can give you, like, more proper birthday shenaniganry. But happy early Borth. We get presents on round birthdays. What's a round birthday? What makes a birthday round? Also, hi, Anna. Good to see you. Hope you're well. But no, we have in our office birthdays on the 24th already. I did birthday shenanigans for you already, right, Shiris? Did I? I don't remember. Just last week, a colleague brought wedding cake. Oh, okay. Cake is round. That's what makes it round. Like 30th, 40th? Maybe. Oh, okay. That makes sense, Shiris. That makes sense. As opposed to a square or triangle birthday. Falls down the stairs. Why are you falling down the stairs? I'm confused. Okay. But we have in our office, we have what we call the Sunshine Committee, which is basically the committee that is supposed to bring like joy and cheer and find ways to like celebrate one another and like bring us all together to do like fun shit, but without money. Because the thing about the committee is that we don't get a budget because we're not a legit committee, because it's not, this is literally the physical embodiment of other duties as assigned, but like with an asterisk of like, it's not actually part of your job description and it doesn't actually get treated as part of your job description. So like anything we want to do to help like create camaraderie within the office. So like if we wanted to buy birthday cards, we don't have a line item for that within the office. Even within that committee, we can't. So we have like, it's not a fun time. So like some people get birthday stuff, some people don't, because like it's really discombobulated sometimes. But also some people don't want their birthday celebrated, which is also very fair. Do you remember Susie proof her house? Well, I think she doesn't have stairs in her house. So I don't know what she fell down. I don't know how she fell downstairs when there's no stairs in her house. Also, Jesse, thank you for the lurky hello. Hope you have a good lurks, and thanks for coming and hanging out. I'm also fighting off a headache at the moment, so bear with me, please. I remember before I switched to homeschooling, I baked 2 different types of cookies and brought them to school to give to all my favorite teachers. Aw, that's so cute. That's so sweet. I remember when I was, like, when I was earlier on in grade school, my mom and we would do our annual Christmas cookie extravaganza. Like, the one year we made, like, over 3,000 cookies. Yeah, that extravaganza. But not as much when I was a kid because I wasn't helping with making the cookies at that point. She would make me some batches of cookies to bring to school. Like, we would give a bag to, like, the bus driver. We would give one to my homeroom teacher, my main teacher, give one to some of the specials that I was in. It was nice. They really liked them. Or I hope they do. That's at least my memory, is that they liked them. I don't actually know. Might be the brownies giving me a headache. Who here has a headache? Type a 1 in chat. Is this the headache gang tonight? We have one person with the birthday list who has to keep track of round birthdays and weddings and people becoming parents, and that's the stuff where everyone who wants to can chip in for a present. Yeah, that happened. My coworker got married in November last year, and originally my supervisor was only going to do something like just her, doing like a cash gift. And then I was like, but like, hold on, like she's getting like married. She's getting married. Like, how often does that happen? So we asked around a marriage. We asked around for the office to give some money, donate some money if they wanted to. They weren't obligated to. And I put together like a nice little gift basket, and like she loved it. She cried. I really hope she liked like the cooking stuff I got for her in there. Just hopefully not. Well, like within like one office, you know, like we're an office department of like 20-25 people with a good handful of them already married. So what's the likelihood of being able to celebrate a marriage of people within your office, you know? Since 7th grade, I baked cookies for Valentine's Day and gave them my classmates except for my bullies. No, that's fair. That's fair. I remember we had to give out Valentines in grade school and elementary school. Get out of hell. It didn't give you permission to go there. Also, must apologize. You might have caught the headache I got rid of before. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Mary. I really do appreciate it. Moderator Mary. I'm watching you. She smiles back so innocently. Yeah, and also I did buy components to build a custom keyboard because I like my current keyboard. My keyboard right now still works really well, but I've been wanting to build a custom one for a really long time, and by really long time I mean like halfway through last year, or like part of last year, because my other coworker built a custom keyboard and I got to try it out and I'm like, oh my god, this is so nice. And I've been wanting to make one for a really long time, so now I'm like finally getting around to it. So on Duck Keys keyboard, that's just so expensive. Also, I think logistically, like, how are your fingers gonna type anything? Like, your fingers are gonna have to hike up like this high to get to like press the next button. Like, logistically, that doesn't work well. Aesthetically pleasing, but does not work. It's not very functional. Primary school did Christmas bake sales where everyone could contribute, so I brought in mom and mine's famous butter biscuits, butter cookies, and my god, they'd go so fast because people loved them so much. So mom and I would bake batches. It was years later I found out one of my closest friends was the one who bought them all. I love that. That sounds fun. I'm sure we did something like that too, where like we got to like trade food and whatnot or something like that. To be fair, I have not yet witnessed people collecting for a present for a second marriage yet, but I've only been here for like 8 years, so true. Yeah, I haven't heard of anyone getting divorced in our office, but I've only been here like 2.5 years, so what do I know? I know, the music does sound a little bit like Mass Effect, doesn't it? But it's not, I promise you it's not. I've had my cheap-ass Red Dragon keyboard since 2014, 2015. I think I need to get a new keyboard eventually. If I had unlimited money, I would love one of these completely unhinged white and pink setups. And I say this as a person who doesn't even like pink. No, but like, okay, but the cozy gamers know what's up though. They know how to like aesthetically make their spaces match. They just know. They get it. Also, I agree with that sentiment, Shearus. Like, I hate the color pink, but like I would be down the same vein. Honestly. Like if I had unlimited monies, or if I won like a sweepstakes to like make your own dream gaming room, like you bet everything's gonna be fucking coordinated and color coordinated and everything to the T. It's gonna be all coordinated, like wall lights with like all connected to like my stream deck so I can like change the colors whenever I want, desk lighting, headset lighting, and finding a headset I actually like, because that is the complicated part, because I hate 95% of headsets. So people cannot hear me abuse my keyboard. I love my keyboard because it's gaming but also quiet, so people cannot hear me abuse my keyboard. Yeah, you have a good keyboard. The wall lights, there's nothing I need less in my life, but man, I would go for that. True. Send all the pink to me if you want. I will. I absolutely will, Julie. Alright, I think that's enough yapping. I mean, we can obviously continue to yap. We can obviously continue to yap as we play a game. I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Oh, agenda. The gay agenda. Yes, 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 indeed. So, Monday we'll be continuing with Lake. Tuesday we'll begin, hopefully, playing Life is Strange Double Exposure. Saturday, with Sir Guthix in chat, we will be doing our college talk. You can find the linky to the Ask Me Anything forum in the Discord if you would like to ask us anything. This does not mean you can't not ask us things during the talk, but it just helps us better prepare if we have an idea of like what people might want to ask us about. Then Monday of next week we'll continue with Season Sleeper 2. Then the weekend after that I probably won't stream just because I'm going to a convention as Trickster. Probably most likely. No packages, Pride, Gay Rat. I'm gonna actually keep this one here because it's Black History Month, and if you know anything about queer history, is that a lot of BIPOC individuals played a big hand in shaping queer rights, especially in America. So people of color flag. Alright, and then no social media updates and time to game. Alright, so we are playing Why Won't You Work? There we go. We are diving into Citizen Sleeper. I played the demo sometime last year. I don't remember when last year. But we played the demo. It was a lot of fun. And just as a reminder for what the premise, a very brief description of the premise. So this is a dice-driven RPG in a human and heartfelt sci-fi world. You are an escaped android with a malfunctioning body, a price on your head, and no memory of your past. Get a ship, find a crew, and take on contracts while you navigate across the Starward Belt. I played the original game on stream about a couple years ago, if I recall correctly. You can find it on my VOD channel if you want to see the prior game, but you don't need to play the prior game or understand the prior game to understand what's happening in Citizen Sleeper 2. They are two completely separate storylines. I don't think this game will reference the first game. It's all within the same universe, but we probably won't see the sleeper that we play as in Citizen Sleeper 1 in this game. The android sent by Cyberlife? Almost, in a way. If the android being sent by Cyberlife was being sent through space. That, yes. Slowly demolishing my chimkin curry. Good, I'm proud of you. Also, we did see Hot Cute Bad Guy, which we will definitely see tonight for sure. And also, I totally forgot, but Susie, thank you for being here for 32 months.
What is that for me? Really? I mean, cheers, man. That is awful generous of you. I'm much obliged.
Thanks, Dio. We love you. All right, we're going to get started. All right. So, we are... I forget what we played at is in the demo. I don't remember. We didn't play as dangerous. I don't remember if we did safe or risky. There are 30 achievements. I just checked them out. There's only 4 of them that you can see. So the other ones are hidden. So they're story achievements or story-based achievements. But one of them is to complete the game on dangerous mode, which is a... that will come later. That'll come later down the line. So... will there be new husbands for the list tonight? I mean, Lane was already on the husband list, I think. Or maybe not. I don't remember. I don't remember if we put him on the husband list. But, yeah, he is still husband. I don't know if we'll have more husbands, but we'll keep track. Okay, so risky is like I believe the normal difficulty, which is the intended one. Broken dice cannot be used. Standard stress tolerance. Death incurs a significant permanent penalty. Okay. So, confirm difficulty. Well, actually, wait. We've never had to deal with death before in the first game. I'm now just realizing that. So, okay. Because obviously on dangerous difficulty, death is permanent, you restart. But you severe a significant penalty. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna go with risky. Fast but risky. Okay, and we're gonna still do the operator, because operator is my favorite class of all the Citizen Sleeper classes that you can play. So there's the machinist, which is like your engineer. There's the operator, who's your hacker. And then there's your extractor, who's like your more physical, brute type. I love playing as operator. I don't know why. I just love being able to like hack shit. It's my favorite part. And they are a cutie. They absolutely are a cutie. Okay, so to briefly describe operator, operator sleepers are built to work with drones and remote machines over local networks to perform corporate resource extraction from a distance. Operators have expertise in working with interfaces and computer systems, but are more physically fragile than other sleepers. Their reboot skill allows them to hack their own systems to reroll dice, a risky but potentially powerful move. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. Okay, and then this is our... So the push... The skill is new to I almost said Dead by Daylight. This is new to Citizen Sleeper 2. This was not in the first game. But yeah, the skill, so we basically have nothing of endurance. Not even like a negative affect. Like, it's double negative. But yeah, endure will be our weak point. All right. All right. Here we go. In the moment before waking, the dark space before cautious thought, you struggle to find the pieces of yourself. Usually these pieces come with a particular cadence, each appearing sequentially. I can't speak tonight. Like the boot process of an old terminal. I really can't speak tonight. First, your body. Artificial, compromised, but relaying sense data all the same. Then it's context. The breeze of air filtration, the soft contact of your birth in 0G. Then emotion. Coming into focus, coming into your body. Bringing in with that first instinct, the one that has framed your past 100 cycles. Fear. But that familiar sequence does not arrive. Instead, you are unmoored in space. your body distant, your context silent, even your emotions somehow obscured and scattered. Among all that disarray, only one familiar thing arrives: the fear. I also just realized I still have the exclamation point charity in my stream title. Exclamation point Rylor. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It is a scrambled, panicked fear. The drowning fear, the falling fear. The fear that makes you reach desperately for any stable point. It is the fear that tells you something is wrong. Something is very wrong with you. What does Ryan think of Susie? Susie's a nose that can make me laugh for 5 seconds. I do need to update my Rylor. Wake up, sleeper. The voice is whispered in your ear. An act that makes you suddenly aware of your head, pulsing in pain, your body rigid with tension. Sleeper. A familiar name. A mind copied, emulated. A body built, implanted. One person sleeping until their debt is worked away. Their double being made to work, to be consumed, and eventually to be destroyed. A proxy, an emulation, a sleeper. That is what you are. So essentially, what a sleeper is, okay, this is not really necessarily a game recap, but I'm making it a game recap. So essentially a sleeper is if we did the Temperance ending in Cyberpunk 2077, where Johnny overtakes V's body, but instead of like a physical human body, it's in an android body. So from my understanding, they upload a conscience into an android, and the android doesn't necessarily have like may not have the memories of this individual. Well, in the cases of the games, we don't have our memories. We lost our memories, but it's supposed to be uploaded conscious, that type of thing. Oh, actually, you know what it's like? It's very similar to... Oh, God. Nobody Wants to Die. Very, very similar premise, but instead of android bodies, it's human bodies. Okay. Recap off. And I need more water. What a... The bestest lesbian is here. Hey, Raviolis, how are you? Good to see you. I also love that emote. The milkshake one. I have no idea what that is, but I love it. And also the anarchy emote's also pretty great, too. Excuse me. Okay. But you escaped. You remember that now. Broke free from your corporate creators, Essenarp, in search of a future. You cannot remember the details of your escape, but you know the fear has been with you ever since. All of a sudden, you remember you have eyes, and your eyes flicker open. I remember commenting about this in the demo. Like, yes, we have eyes, and we can use them. It's very much like my students, sometimes. Where they're like, oh, yeah, yeah, that's a thing. Hooray for eyes! Hey, Rune Wolf, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Welcome to chat. Stuck in a hotel for a week, so a bit pissed about that. Oh, no! Waiting for the maintenance people to hurry up and fix it. I get paid next Wednesday, so that at least that's good. Yes, we love payday, but also, like, what do they need to fix? What's going on? I hate that you're stuck in a hotel, though. Okay, we have eyes, and we flicker them open. And this is our husband. This is our husband. Yay! With, that's not a shirt. That is a chest tattoo that goes down his arms. And holy fucking shit, he's so hot. And, spoiler warning, he is the villain. Allegedly, as of the demo, he is the villain. There he is. That's the boy. Yes, that is a chest tattoo. So, like, I first thought it was a shirt that was, like, a skin-tight shirt. That's why we can see, like, his pec muscles. But no, that is his chest, and that is a tattoo. Any more femboy? We shall see. We shall see. They have a lot. The Citizen Sleeper series has a lot of interesting and dynamic characters, which I usually adore most, if not all of them. Getting over COVID, which sucks, but making my way better. Oh, good. Sorry that you got COVID, though. But I'm glad you're getting over it. Something with the pipes are like they found some asbestos. Oh, asbestos. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's something you don't want to mess with because that can cause cancer. Okay. Pale eyes and a pale face. Lane. The name comes with its own specific sensation of fear. The one you recoil from instinctively. Sorry to interrupt. A sharp smirk. But this ends here. Some villains are so hot. Why? If evil, why hot? Exactly. Cancer, but I'm an Aquarius. That's funny. That's a good joke. Cancer, but I'm an Aries. Did take my lax Paxlovid today, and I do not have a fever or anything, so I'm deaf on the mend. Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah, every time the U.S. Postal Service does a, like, oh, hey, like, we'll send you free COVID testing kits, I always take them. I still haven't recovered from daddy door. Oh, goodness. Everyone tell me who your first fictional husband, waifu, fictional spouse was. Feel free to drop it in the chat. You search your mind for more than a name. Is this how you reward me for my generosity? Lane is leaning over your horizontal floating body, looking down into your eyes. I took you in, protected you, gave you a purpose. You try to look away to the corners of your vision to find something you understand. Your body does not respond. But I suppose that wasn't enough. He reaches into the pocket of his jacket and retrieves a small vial. This wasn't enough. The vial glitters, this object you know and have known for a long time. Stabilizer, the drug that keeps your artificial body, your emulated mind from inevitable decay. The only balm of your planned obsolescence. The liquid roiling in the vial fills you with disgust. Thought it said Daddy Doof, and I immediately thought Doofenshmirtz. Gonna say Ocarina of Time, Zelda, and Saria were my first crushes, but so is Ocarina of Time Link as well. No, that's fair, that's fair. Link do be a cutie patootie. Mr. Darcy is my first fictional husband. First fictional wife is Shigo, and I have no regrets. No, that's fair. Sleeping, drinking water, and lots of soup. Ooh, what type of soup are you having? When I'm sick or feeling under the weather, my go-to is... I mean, you can't go wrong with, like, a classic chicken noodle. But my go-to would be Italian wedding soup. Or... God, what was the other one I really liked? I love the Italian wedding. There was another one. I have it in my cabinet somewhere. I don't remember. But I love the Italian wedding soup. Matzo balls with carrot. Ooh. Twilight Princess's true form, Midnight, was my dive into bisexual nightmare, and then Girahim came along in Skyward Sword, and I lost my fucking mind. Same room. I would never mind. Italian wedding soup, never had that before. It's from the brand Progresso. I don't know if other soup brands make that one, but it's always been my favorite, like, when I'm down, like, I'm not feeling well. I do also love a good instant ramen, but I do like having protein in my soup, so, like, having chicken or beef, meatballs. Progresso espresso, amen. Say Kairi from Kingdom Hearts. Got it. I've never played Kingdom Hearts, and I've seen some playthrough of Kingdom Hearts, and I am just, no, not interested. No offense. Lane pockets the vial, but it would be wasted on you now. After what you have done to this body of yours, he looks at you with a palpable disgust. Lane's eyes scan your body, and as they do, you become aware of the wires and tubes attached to you. Those that were meant to free you from your dependence, from the stabilizer and the control it grants Lane. They are free, you piece of shit. They don't need you anymore. The voice comes from somewhere behind Lane's head. It is a voice you know, but when you search your mind to try to understand, you only find dizzying darkness. The one whose crushes on Zelda characters. He loves being bad, goes straight for Markiplier. I mean, I don't know if I want to, like... Try to figure out how I want to word this in my... Because, like, I'm having a hard time wording what I want to say. Like, absolutely we can crush on real people, but, like, I feel weird having conversations of, like, saying I want to fuck real people when they're, like, celebrities and stuff. You know what I mean? Not to imply that that's what you're saying. I wasn't sure how to interpret your message. So, like, we could say we have crushes on real people, but not to go as far as to say, like, oh, I want to fuck Markiplier, as an example. Like, let's avoid doing that. Nintendo knew what they were doing 2017 with Cass and Sidon. They knew even more what they were doing in 2023 Canon Tour if I lost my fucking mind during that trailer. Talk about fucking him. I'm more of a non-sexual person. I understand that. However, like, people can interpret your prior message as, like, oh, I go straight for Markiplier, as in, like, I want to go fuck him. Like, that's kind of how I interpreted it. That's why I wanted to clarify. Wicked movie is fantastic. I have not seen the Wicked movie. I've seen clips of it. And, like, the Defying Gravity stuff is all over TikTok. If they're interpreted the wrong way, then I'm doing my job. I mean, I don't know about you, but I like being very clear with my communication, and I don't like being misinterpreted personally, because that tends to lead to more issues, especially in, like, a work-related environment. Because miscommunication tends to be, like, the number one thing for, like, any sort of relationship issue. Alright, moving on. Shut him up. Lane barks the command, and you hear the sounds of impact, of pain, from everywhere in the room. You try to move your limbs again, and this time you feel a flicker, the twitch of a finger. You feel the extension and compression of synthetic muscle. Free, are you? Lane smirks. You were free when I disabled your tracker, when I gave you the stabilizer you needed. He scans your body with angry eyes. Now, you aren't free, you are just broken. I had such big plans for you, Sleeper. I invested in you. Lane grips your arm hard, and you feel a jolt of reaction. You will the arm to move, but you have ruined all that. Lane speaks louder, over the sound of struggle behind him. I will try to preserve your body, of course. I have my own uses for it, but your emulation? You feel one of his hands searching behind your head. He finds and grips the thick cable running into the port at the base of your skull. I will burn that out. Oh yeah, I tend to have a lot of miscommunications on my part at times. That was never fun when you misread stuff. Yeah, especially, like, over text. Like, I'm definitely better with communication when I can physically see/hear the other person, because, like, at least I can hear the tone of voice, I can see body language and all those other social cues. And this could be just because I'm neurodivergent as fuck, but over text it's very hard to discern, like, oh, what's joking, what's the context, you know? And I know, yeah, Susie, you struggling over there, are you good? You okay, mate? And I just know from personal experience, a lot of my prior relationships, friendships, ended because, or did not sustain themselves because of lack of communication, on both sides, not just myself, on both sides, or on the other person. So I just like having, like, good communication with all of you, with my friends, etc., just to be sure that What I'm saying is clear, and I'm getting my intention across correctly. Because like, I know what it's like to get to have miscommunication with somebody, and I don't want that to happen, essentially. Just like I could scream, eat my ass, some people would think it's a sexual way, summon an insult, only time will tell what it actually is. True, however, I just like good, proper communication of just being clear with what intentions are. So I tell anybody who's interested in like doing, like, I meet on dating apps, like, alright, you gotta be very clear with me what your intentions are. Otherwise, I'm gonna be like a fish floundering over here because I have no idea what you want. It's hard to understand anything. Yeah, I get it. Lane, stop being a hot and toxic lover! Please let me fix you. If there's not a redemption arc for this man, I'm gonna be really sad. My fingies are having a moment. Where's the option to go with him in the end of the game early roll credits? I'm not sure. Lane jerks forward, slamming across your body, then spinning away out of sight. You feel yourself rolling, the cables plugged into you, looping and wrapping around your limbs. Then you feel hands steadying you, pulling cables. You glance around wildly and see someone diligently unplugging you. You meet his eyes. Hey! He waves a hand in your dazed face. We need to move. Lane won't be out long. He unloops a cable from around your wrist. Sleeper, help me out here. You blink slowly. Do you know this person? Does redemption make them less hot, though? We do like a bad boy. That is very true, Mags. Also, welcome and good to see you. Lane could also make me worse. I don't mind. True. He leans over you and you feel his hands on the connector flicking switches, releasing locks. Come on. He tugs the connector clear and pulls you up. You see the room you are in for the first time, filled with tech and terminals, wires waving everywhere, all lit by big windows looking out on an impossibly bright, screen-filled street beyond. In the corner, you see the dark shape of a floating body, surrounded by glittering constellations of crimson baubles. Is that blood? Move! You are wrestled and shoved toward the door, which slides open in front of you, and then you are out in all that brightness, all that movement, gliding hard towards some unknown destination. I don't remember if this is in the original game. Oh, this was in the demo, yeah. Though the background might have changed a little bit, but I love the backgrounds. Love the environments. You come to a stop in a dark alley, the one who guided you here pausing to catch his breath. He doubles over beside a massive life support unit that sends a lukewarm breeze across your skin. You stare at him, trying to recall anything about him. You notice his tattered jacket, his lightweight clothes. You remember the station runs hot. Something about the power that flows through the place. He looks up and meets your eye. What's going on, Sleeper? He wipes sweat from his forehead and it floats away in a swarm of spheres. Talk to me. So, who are you? Who was that? Where are we? I think the clearest way to indicate that we have no memory of what happened was, who are you? You see a concerned frown across his face. Don't mess with me, Sleeper. That's not funny. Depends on the person. Sometimes it makes them hotter, sometimes not. True. Where did we come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Haven't been for Cotton Eye Joe. I've been with it a long time ago. Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? He comes closer, eyeing you carefully. What station are we on? He narrows his eyes, waits for an answer. You close your eyes, trying to recall. You force your way through the dark of the image of a station. No, a city, growing on the back of a vast set of hexagonal solar cells, shadowed by them. You open your eyes. Dark side. The word leaves your mouth like an exhale, an instinct. Before you heard yourself sound it out, you didn't know it was there. He sighs. And me. Who am I? You see something like fear in his eyes. Panic, perhaps. I got that reference. Oh, good, good. You stare hard at his face, the slight upturn of his mouth, the intensity of his stare. Nothing comes. He closes his eyes and drops his head, putting a hand to his temple. The reboot. He's speaking quietly to himself. Lane interrupts the process and he lifts his head and stares at you. We need to keep going. We need to leave. He turns and kicks off down the alley. Come on, the rig can't be far. Oh, also, just in case, you can... Oop. Hello. Drop. You can do little droppies. Ta-da! There he be. There's the boy. I played a lot of Super Mario Odyssey. The mention of Darkside makes me chill. As you're led through the passages and surfaceways of the station, you try to recall your life here. The texture, the temperature of Darkside feels familiar, but you struggle to pin specific memories to it. Focusing hard, you recall waking up in these passages cycle after cycle. The rhythms of the station flowing over you along with the crowds. You recall desperation and the slow decay of your body that caused it. Oh, no winners yet. No winners yet. Ah, Rune! 69.90. Nice. Very nice indeed. Then Lane, those pale eyes, offering you a glittering vial, stabilizer, the promise of supplying more for your work, a deal he locked you into like a cage. There your memory fails you, but in the dark beyond that moment, the residue of panic, of fear, remains. Finally not bouncing off the walls. You were Lane's prisoner, Lane's plaything. Plaything in what way, though? Plaything in what way? Like an NSFW plaything? Or like... Because, I mean, I'll be whatever you want me to be, Lieutenant. Like, Hi, Culk. Good to see you. Look at you with the 222 cheeses. I miss, suppletation. What is that? If you don't mind me asking. Plaything. Ooh. I mean...
Don't stay too long in there.
Popper has zoom zooms. Ooh, thanks for the lurk. Much appreciated, friend. Nice, thanks for the check-in. Alan of the dark place you're supposed to get out. Plaything can be many things. I forget to check in all the time. No, that's fair, that's fair. Wait, your guide holds up a hand and you stop your glide using the wall. Ahead you see the tunnel opens up into a wide open bay with a few doors leading to cylindrical tunnels, the docks. They're watching the rig. He nods toward the docks and you see one of the doors has a couple of figures flanking it, one covered in ornate tattoos, the other with bright silver implants along their cheekbones. Utsubu, Lane's guys. He looks at you and shakes his head in frustration. All this, it's not coming back to you? Something catches your eye and you see his playing with a coin. So he's Connor, okay. Nervously turning it over and over in his fingers. He sees you looking and slips away. He places a hand on his chest. I'm Seraphin, alright? He looks pained when he speaks. Lane, he was our captor. Both of us. We did this so we could escape. We need to reboot you to break your dependence on stabilizer. He pauses. You know what that is, right? You nod meekly. But Lane interrupted me back there, the reboot incomplete, and he sighs and shakes his head. We can still make this work. He looks back at the docks. I'll lead them away. You get the docking bridge open. If we make it to the rig, I know how to get us in. Got it? He searches your face for a sign of recognition. I've got it. Is a restaurant that had the best salads and ranch dressing around. Ooh. Oh, she's gonna be 3 in a few more days? Oh, that's so cute. Love that. Happy early birth, pupper. But what if we don't want to lead Lane away? Don't worry, Lane's gonna come chase us, I'm sure of it. Get that door open. He pats you on the shoulder. I know you can do this. Seraphin kicks off hard and glides into the docks. Over here, shitheads! He bellows to the guards as he barrels through. They immediately push off from the wall, giving chase. Okay, this is... Okay, so this is unique. We haven't had this in the first game. So skill checks, like dice actions, can have positive or negative outcomes. So the better rating, the better chance you succeed. So we're going to hack the door because we have a net positive interaction. Oh no, I stopped running. Whatever shall I do? What if I just don't run? Y'all, I don't run. Running is not part of my skill set. You shift the control panel, your fingers dancing along the crease. Without thinking, you access the maintenance layer and trigger a fire safety venting procedure. The panel drones out a klaxon, and the door pops open with a hiss. Go, go! Seraphim flies past you through the doorway into the docking tunnel. You turn to see 2 guards approaching fast across the docks, and quickly glide after Seraphim. Seraphim is already at the rig's door and putting an entry code. The rig door scissors open, and you both rush inside. Hey, Combat, how are you? Good to see you. Quickly, Seraphim grabs you by the arm and drags you up to the cockpit, the ship's layout hazy in your mind. He dumps you in a flight seat and straps himself into his own. You see him tap a series of buttons as he does, talking to himself. Come on. The rig's drive rumbles into life, and Seraphim slams a button on the console. You feel the force of the ship's acceleration as it pulls away. Look at us go! Yay! Alright. We are here. Ooh, okay, now we have options. Ooh, okay. Okay, so we are going to take a pause here for a moment to do our 5-minute break. And then we'll be back to continue playing. Dying from this medicine tastes so bad and I've got 5 more days. Oh no! Ew! Yes, it is very much science fiction. I'll give a game recap when we come back. Because I need to let my voice rest for a second. But we'll be back in 5 minutes, so don't forget to do the self-care things. Take care of yourself as well, and we will be right back. Hello. Oh, okay. We might have to take more breaks when playing this game, just because, like... And it could be because we're still in tutorial section, so there's a lot of setting the scene and what we're doing. But my voice is, like, already, like, dying. This is not good. But welcome back. So, quick game recap. We can be here now. So, quick game recap. So, the 2 Citizen Sleeper games are set within the same universe, but you don't need to play one to understand the other. So, they're completely separate stories. So you can start with one or the other, totally up to you. The story of Citizen Sleeper 2 so far is that we are a sleeper, which is essentially an android with an uploaded human's conscience into it. And we were a prisoner of this hot dude called Lane. And ourselves and Seraphim were apparently working together to escape from Lane, which we just got away from him. And we're apparently, like, at this other place in the star system right now. So that's kind of where we're at with the plot of this game. We've played more in the demo so far. I'll let you all know, like, when we switched into, like, okay, we're in brand new territory now because this is where the demo ended. Which all of this is, from my memory, all of this is the same so far. So... But that's kind of where we're at. It's science fiction. I absolutely love it. It's a text-based RPG with some really interesting game mechanics that we're going to start seeing soon. That was a break. Are you good? Are you okay? But as a reminder for the upcoming stream schedule, so on Monday we're going to play more of Lake. Tuesday is going to be the beginning of Life is Strange Double Exposure. Saturday, Guthix and I will be doing our college talk, little podcast type of thing. I don't know how to call it. And then Monday of the following week will hopefully be more Citizen Sleeper, depending on how things go. But, alright, we have just arrived at the rig. As the ship glides into place on the connecting bridge, its automatic systems nudged there by the port's docking protocols, you feel a sense of relief. Hi, Poutine! How are you? Good to see you. Seraphim burned hard out of Darkside, and you dropped in and out of consciousness in your seat as the rig made its way across the belt. But now, with the open space between you and Lane, you feel fresher, more awake. Seraphim breaks the silence. We're good, Sleeper. His eyes don't leave the monitor, and you realize this part of your escape is routine for him. You and he must have docked the ship countless times in your work for Lane. The problem is, you don't remember any of them. We made it, he whispers, closing his eyes and letting out a sigh. We certainly did. Heard a crash from Mom's room and came in to see Dad surrounded by a mountain of stuff, so I cleaned that up and then held an escaping Jazzy. Oh my god, Jazzy, no! Been lurking while I watch Puss in Boots' Last Wish. Oh, no problem, no problem. We love and appreciate our lurkers in this household. So I hope you're having a fun time watching Puss in Boots, and I forgot to take my probiotic, but that's fine. He turns and you see a pained look on his face, as if remembering something difficult. Have you said this exact thing to him before in the same situation? Are you okay? He looks at you, chewing one side of his lip, searching your face. Not really, he puffs. Seraphim reaches up, flicking through a set of switches in a practiced fashion, completing the shutdown. You watch, a little frustrated with your own uselessness. Running the rig, you realize, is just another thing you've forgotten. A clunk that runs through the wall of the ship is followed by a short percussive alarm tone from the pilot's console. Docking complete. Seraphim kicks off from his seat, twisting as he glides past you towards the back of the cockpit. His hands find the rail on either side of the door, and he pauses, facing into the corridor beyond. He turns back to you, backlit in cold cyan. We need a plan. He glances around. Lane's not going to let us slip away quietly. He sighs. We keep running. Seraphim nods. That's what it feels like, right? That we can never get far enough away from that shithead. You see a shiver run through him, and know that he suffered as much as you did under Lane. Suffer as I have. Death is so well written and portrayed. Ooh. Time to make some noise. We've bought ourselves some time. He glances through the cockpit window at the blinking lights of the station. You may not remember Hexport, but I do. And there are plenty of opportunities here for us, if we can keep our heads down. He turns back to the corridor. That's what we'll do. He pushes off and glides towards the main lock, and you follow, pulling yourself along, hand over hand in 0G. We already emptied the tank on this thing. He slaps a hand against the ship's inside. So we'll need to refuel, and that won't be cheap. But if you and I know one thing, Sleeper, it's how to work. I'm gonna get myself reacquainted, see if I can turn up any old connections. People that might throw us an easy contract. You... He glances back over his shoulder. You keep out of trouble. Low profile, got it. Seraphim stops at the airlock, stopping the reboot halfway through.
Yay!
Wordy, thanks for the sound redeem. How are you? Good to see you. He pulls a worn crew jacket from a locker and starts putting it on. We don't know what that did to you. He jams an arm into the sleeve. I don't want you passing out in. He stops. I'll be fine. Seraphim drops his head, swearing to himself. He grabs on the crew jacket and thrusts it at you. Just put the damn hood up, will you? You take it and slip it on. Thank you. Seraphim nods. He stabs at the button to open the lock. The inner door hisses open and Seraphim glides through. Wait for a little bit, then leave. Anyone looking for us will be looking for two people traveling together. He looks at you in your worn crew jacket, a limited disguise for what is clearly a sleeper. We meet back here. Later. Any trouble? Same thing. Meet here. He surveys your disguise again and shakes his head. This is a shitty idea.
Exciting times ahead.
Water redeem.
Everyone
thank you.
hydrated?
He gives you one last look. Maybe find yourself something to eat. Suddenly you recognize Seraphim's instinct to look after you. A flash of a relationship now lost to the reboot. Catch. Seraphim throws a handful of something towards you. Manage to grab the projectiles, and when you open your hand, you see a sack of cryochits. So this is the currency in the game. Those should get you some food. We'll need some more for fuel and supplies. He grimaces. That means odd jobs on the station for both of us. Seraphim kicks off and glides down the docking bridge. Don't go too far, alright? He shouts as he leaves. Take it slow. And with that, he is gone, leaving the connecting bridge and heading to Hexport's docking concourse. You wait for a moment in silence. Let's think about Lane, because we love our husband. The airlock suddenly seems all too quiet. Lane had a way of lowering the temperature in a room, of bringing all attention to focus on his target of choice. You don't remember thinking of him as a protector, a savior, but you know you once did. All you know him as now is a pursuer, a tormentor, a nightmare. You shake the thoughts from your head and pull the jacket tight. Let's see what Hexport has to offer. You kick off and glide into the port. Alright, so we can... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, so basically this is telling us the same stuff we learned in the first game. So we can rest in the rig, we can eat in the galley, and we have cycle clocks. So the cycle clock means we have until the clock runs out of time before Lane shows up, essentially. Alright, so this is a small port, actually. Good, I have a new cobalt blue fidget cube. I can't put it down. No, that's fair. That's so fair. I just bought parts to build a custom new not PC, Jesus Christ. New keyboard. And I'm really, really excited. I got some really nice keycaps, and I'm so excited to try them out. I also got some, like, mystery box, like, random keycaps that I'll probably replace for, like, my spacebar and whatnot, so I'm super excited for that, too. Alright, so we can go to the docks, or let's go to docks first. Let's see. So, okay, so what this is telling us is that our dice is our main way of interacting with things. So the higher the dice number means the more likely the action is going to have a net positive. The lower the dice number, the less likely of a chance of a net positive, more of a negative outcome. And then these under here saying risky and danger is basically based on your skill points for what each area is. What's this button do? Gray is a gift. Ooh, that's a fun button. That's a button we haven't used in a while. So it started off as someone got me a little gifty, and I think it was Colk, because I think it was Colk's gift like a year or two ago that had a little bow on it, so I put on my forehead. But the sticky doesn't work anymore, so I have other bows. So you can see on my big greasy forehead. It is a very confusing button, yes. But now gray is a gift. Pending that this stays on my face. It might, I'm fair warning you right now, this may not stay on my face. Okay. But thank you, gray is a gift, TM. I might need to invest in slightly bigger buttons, because I feel the staple is definitely, like, getting seared into my forehead. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's leave. Let's see what's that Hexport exchange? We can trade scrap. We can impress the brokers. Data brokers are the heart of the exchange. They know their knowledge by discussing description. Maybe if you can talk the talk. Ooh. Okay, so this is a 100% net positive. Let's see if this gets us anything. Ooh, okay, so we just progressed the clock. So there's action clocks and time clocks. So this one's an action clock. So once you fill up the entire action clock, then it progresses the part in this area further. So let's see. Ooh. So this opened up something here. Trade hall. Oh shit. Okay, so this is where we can buy fuel, fill fuel, buy supplies, and fill supplies. Okay. So we're not going to do that right now. Let's go back to the docks. Plenty of crew milling around. Can be a good source for info. Exploring is both thrilling and intimidating. Let's see. Okay, so this will be a 50% positive, 50% neutral outcome. So that's not bad. Ooh. New location. Oh, the Benz. Alright, so we can eat. We can exchange. So we're not hungry yet, so I'm gonna wait on food, doing food. I was going to suggest eyelash glue, but may never come off. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not have this bow permanently stuck to my face. That would be kind of nice. Okay, so Star and Stoker, spacer gambling game with custom magnetic dice. Chits are stashed in symbol marked cans, and winning is ruthlessly luck-based. Alright, no. My dumb ass would use super glue. Let's go back to the exchange. Susie, no. Goodness. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. Let's do this one. Okay, nothing down here is opened yet. Let's see. Explore docks. I don't like that dice. Let's see. Okay, make a meal. Or... Ooh, okay, so that's for resting, which we don't want to necessarily do yet. What is... Oh god, it burns! Gorilla glue is the way to go. Elmer's glue. It smells like tires. One could wonder. Alright, we'll finish up. We'll do this one here. Ooh! Okay, a thing. As you are gliding across the docking concourse, you hear a scuffle. The noise of raised voices cuts through the conversation drifting out of the dockside shops. Glancing down an alley, you see a huddle of figures shouting back and forth. You spot one man in the middle of the group surrounded, pushing the others back as they grab at the bag slung over his shoulder. You don't like the way this looks, but then again, Seraphin told you to keep your head down. When the PVA glue came out in primary school, that's when you knew your hand was about to become the most interesting thing ever for an hour. I never played with my glue. Part of me wants to cause a distraction, but I don't know if that's like a good idea. I don't remember what we did in the demo. I have no idea. Coat your hand and arm me. Why, brain? Just do it! Did you sniff markers? Only if they were scented. If there were those scented markers, it was when I would sniff them. I remember in like 5th grade, the scented pencils, the Smensels, were like such the rage with all of the popular kids for some fucking reason. No idea why. Well, like, yes, because they smelled of different scents. Whiteboard markers smelled so good. No, they do not smell good. I don't like the smell of whiteboard markers. Though my favorite brand of whiteboard marker is Expo. They are superior. And they are the best. Correct answer, Gray. Okay, I'm gonna cause a distraction. Oh, positive outcome. I also remember the time I inhaled a Sharpie. My friend told me my eyes dilated. Girl, why? Why would you do that? You look around for something that could break up the fight and see the thick cooling pipes running down the alley wall. You quickly try to understand the system and choose a valve to start spinning. As you do, the system begins to vent in sequence down the alley, violent jets approaching the group. There's a scramble in the alley, and you spot the figure who is being attacked drop down to the alley floor. Then the scene is blanketed in pale coolant, and everything goes still. The clouds settle and condense on the pipes. As they do, you see the clear alley, the assailants having fled, with one figure gliding towards you. Femi! We love Femi. They are straight alcohol. I don't have a reason. For science. No, it's not for science. Not for science. Absolutely not. I suppose you think that was clever. The man gives you a severe look. You are either very smart, he shakes his head, or very lucky that those jets missed me. Which is it? I was helping. The man laughs. Well, he shakes his head. Thanks, I guess. He kicks off and drifts past you. You watch the man go, and then after a moment he stops and turns back. He rubs his forehead, looking down as he does. What's your deal anyway? He sighs. Maybe you're new here, but Hexport is no place for do-gooders. I know what it's like. To get beat up? The man shakes his head. Hexport's got real rough. Look, let's not hang around, alright? The man pats his chest. I'm Femi. He unshoulders one of the bags and pushes it towards you. Make yourself useful. Let's head. You get the strap of the bag over your shoulder and follow him through the docks, gliding past the concourse towards the connecting bridges. He cuts down a side passage, looking back to check you as you're following. Then he stops at a docking bridge connecting to a dull green ship with yellow markings. You look out the viewing window at its odd catamaran-like shape, seemingly built from two separate hulls welded together. Symbol crash, he says, and you assume that's the ship's name. Oh, I also love Nia. We love her. Femi, you bring in strays? A young woman, brightly dressed and stretching as she glides, drifts into the passage. She glances at you. No offense. Nia. Femi shakes his head. This one, he squeezes your shoulder, helped me fend off some Hexport scum while you were busy sunning yourself. Nia raises an eyebrow. I'm sure you could handle them, big brother. Her glib response hides the flash of concern that passes across her face. You can't tell if Femi noticed. Nia turns to you. Thanks, she smiles sweetly. And I'm sorry for my brother. She shoots him a glance. Just in general. Nia, Femi murmurs. Enough now. He reaches over and takes the bag you were carrying. Nia rolls her eyes at you, but stays silent. Factory row won't take these. Femi hefts the bags. I'm gonna load them back up. Maybe we'll find a use for them. Excuse me. He turns back to you. Thanks for the assist, sleeper. He nods firmly. Not what I expected. He slaps the button for the bridge door and kicks off along the docking bridge on his way to the symbol crash. Nia looks at you with raised eyebrows. I hope my brother was joking, or did you really help him? I tried. Thank you. She looks back at the ship. My brother needs more help than he admits. What do you mean? She tenses. I don't know if... She smiles a tight smile. I just shouldn't have said anything. She pauses, thinking. I want to ask you something. She takes a deep breath, then gives you a direct look. What is she building up to? Are you looking for crew? She looks away. Sorry to be direct, but you seem like, well, if you're on Hexport, I mean, you're with a crew. She stopped herself. I mean, maybe your crew needs crew, and maybe you are looking? I am. She struggles to hide her smile. Nia holds back at the ship, then at you. Look, I'll be honest. Being on a crew with my brother is nice, but he is suffocating me. She frowns at her own bluntness. I'm not a kid anymore, you know? But he still sees me like one. She shrugs. I want to show him I can handle myself. I need experience. I need to run some contracts. She gives you a determined look. What do you say? I'll think about it. I'm a good salvager, all right? You can use me. She smiles. I can spot things, find gaps, ways in. She folds her arms across her chest. I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Femi taught me well. She glances back at the ship. Just consider it, all right? Let me prove myself. Suddenly, a shout comes from the ship echoing down the passage. Femi, he makes both of you nervous. Nia looks in the direction. I should go. She pushes off towards the docking bridge. I'll be waiting. Nia gives you one last glance as she departs, then disappears into the docking bridge, leaving you alone in the passage. Ooh, new shit. Hell yeah. I love her. She's so great. Freight loading. Need constant restocking. Oh, great. Oh, we have no endurance skills, so that's great. Okay. Ooh, that is, my screen does not like doing that. Okay. Ooh, so that's gone now. Can we go here? Okay, let's see if this nets us anything. Ah, no. Okay, we used all of our dice this cycle, but that's okay. And we can go to the canteen for a lot of fucking money. Ben's Fry. Nice. Okay. Well, we are all out of actions for today. Alright, so we're gonna end cycle. Our endurance is Alan Wake 1. Endurance, true. Which is none. Sorry, I chose the worst time to try to eat a cookie. And now I need water. Yeehaw. Okay. Alright, so next day. Or day in space. Cycle. Yeehaw, rodeo! As Ariso once said in Overwatch. We're in trouble, sleeper. Seraphim leans into the bunks as you're getting up. Without further explanation, he disappears down the corridor towards the rear of the ship. You drift out into the passage, pulling on your clothes, and glide down the length of the rig, the cool air making you shiver. Seraphim is a silhouette silently leading the way. He stops at the far end, diverting through a side door, shooting you a glance as he does. You find Seraphim inside, holding one of a tangle of arm-thick tubes that are waving in zero-G engine room. You know what these are? Fuel pipes? He shrugs. Close enough. These are the engine's feed lines. He waves one in the air, and before you ask, no, they aren't supposed to be waggling loose. What happened? These must have broken loose when we pushed the ship hard on our way out of Darkside. He looks at the mess. We are lucky the reserve tank is empty, otherwise, he shakes his head, it would have been bad. But he pushes the pipes to the side. No feed from the reserve tank means that the rig's range is limited to the local region only. He thumps the large lumpen housing of engine. This thing can't take us anywhere far. So we fix it. That's the short of it. He whacks the engine housing again, harder this time. Just not been our run of luck. Whoopsies. He turns to start gathering the tangled feed lines, his frustration evident in the violence of his movements. We will need a new set of these, that's for sure. He starts forcing them into a crate, so how about you try to track them down? I'll take a look at things here and see if I can figure out another fix for the reserve tank. He glances up from his work. From what I've heard on Hexport, Factory Row is the place to find ship fitters. Maybe you could do some recon while I sort this place out. It's on the other end of the station. Okay, I'll take a look. Seraphim keeps working. Wait. He pauses, seemingly unsure. There's something else. He drops the feed lines and they float, waving in the air like tubular seaweed. I've heard word that Lane's on the hunt. He frowns. A message went out everywhere in the local radius of Darkside. He's looking for us. And we can't leave. Exactly. Which is why we need those feed lines. I'm gonna try to work something out. Maybe I can improvise a solution. I don't know. He looks down. I'm no ship fitter. But while I do, you go hunting. See what you can turn up, okay? He smiles a weak smile. Get going. Tubular seaweed is such a good simile. It really is, though. It really is. You leave the engine room, the clanking sound of Seraphim's cleanup efforts echoing through the ship. Fuel feed lines, that's the next step. You take a deep breath and head out. Alright, so drives will show up there. Drives are basically missions, so we can see and we can track them if we want to. Okay. So let's not add in cycle. So this is the rig. Okay, so this is where the feed lines go. New location. Ooh, factory row. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's haul materials. I wonder if we can get paid for hauling materials. Oh. That's not a great outcome. Trade hall. Warehouse. Oh god, we have we have awful dice. Ooh, map. I can't wait until we have full access to the map. Oh, and that takes us directly back to the rig. That's cool. Okay, so we're gonna cry a little bit. We're not gonna get, like, any food. I'm crying! Ooh, no location discovered. Swift scrap soul. Ooh, okay. So, we can data diffusal shift. Scrapyards have paid data diffusal work. Ooh, we can do that. Yeah. Let us do that. We're good at that shit. And we get paid. Nice. Okay, now I feel better about putting this over here. Okay. Nice, beautiful. All right, back to the ship. Back to the ship. And end cycle. Okay. Let's put this guy here. We have no energy. Okay, we're getting low on energy, so we're gonna need to eat some food after this. Factory row howls as you glide through its cramped passages. Whatever its many bays and rooms once were, they now serve as containers for industry of every kind. Warring manufactories, precisely engineer components with rapidly shifting arms, while scrappers hammer incessantly at bent-shaped ship plates. Everywhere you look, there is energy and activity, and for good reason. Hexport itself is built on the derelict fragment of a solar reflector, and even the small amounts of energy generated by its remaining mirrors is enough to power your city of machines. That's actually kind of cool. It is familiar to you, of course, in a strange, far-off way because of Darkside. That place in your memories of it are a muddy haze, but it is hard to forget the glint of its hexagonal reflectors, 10 or 20 times more in number than Hexport's, and that wild, flickering city growing on their back like a tumor. Also a very good metaphor. Or simile. In comparison, Hexport feels provincial, but deep in Factory Row, you can almost be back in Darkside. And then you see them. Tubes just like those Seraphim had waved in your face, the feed lines. You push over to the display window of the unit marked Karsten's Supply, in block capitals cut from hull plates. There amongst an angled shelf of oversized ship components sit the feed lines, some of the large biomechanical tangles of snakes. Yeah, I mean, like, and that's like, I believe what makes a text-based game really strong is if it has really good writing. And the developer does have, like, even though there's grammatical errors here and there, it's like, it really is painting a picture with your, words. And alongside, like, the visual of, like, just the location and, like, what the person looks like if you're talking to someone, like, even though you're not, like, in the individual corridor that we're talking about, like, you can kind of get an idea of what it kind of looks and feels like just by, like, the overhead view. Which I just love. I love the maps. I love the locales in this game. Like, honestly, if I can have, like, some of these, like, locales be, like, screen, like banners for my desktop background, I absolutely would. Alright, so we already read that. You slip inside, where the sound of Factory Row is a little screened, and spot a large figure working at a bench. Hunched over, concentrating, it seems like he doesn't notice you enter. I should get back to CS1, but Hello Kitty. How are you enjoying that? What's the story of Hello Kitty? Oh fuck, I remember this guy. I'm not gonna spoil it for those who haven't seen playthrough yet, but yeah. You let him work, watching as, despite his heavy build, he delicately aligns the components, their layers slotting like puzzle pieces. After a few moments of observing the process, he turns his head a little towards you. Can I help you? His accent is heavy, but unknown. Those feed lines, how much? There's a sharp clink as Karsten places his tools in the component against a magnetic plate on the wall. He turns with surprising grace and begins cleaning his hands on a cloth. Those sharp eyes scan you, but Karsten's thick features do not betray the result of his assessment. Custom built those for a client that never collected. He looks at his hands while he speaks, checking for stray oil stains. You have one of the old MEVs then. He sounds out the letters in a way you don't recognize as he speaks. You try to recall anything you know about your ship, but the memories elude you. Perhaps Seraphim should have come along. That's right. Karsten nods. Always good to see one of those still running. Look. Karsten drifts over to where you are standing, his imposing height evident. For a fellow enthusiast like you, he continues in a distinct monotone. Let's say a few hundred cryo, or clean chits. He shoots a glance at the feed lines. 400, let's say, to be precise. 400. 400. Karsten says back, repeating your question without the emphasis. The emphasis on the wrong syllable is what my band director in college would say when we were not putting the right emphasis on the right syllable of the music. You're accenting the wrong note. So you're all on a plane on a collective vacation, but there's an incident on the plane, so you land on the island you were destined to go, and it turns out to be abandoned. You find everyone and level up friendship with everyone to get more missions. You can cook fish, catch bugs, and eggs. Oh, okay. Do you get to, like, find your friends, I guess? Do you get to find them? Also, I do love Lazy Egg is in the game. I love that. I love that so much. It's expensive, I know. It's a shame, but it's just what they are worth. He screws up his mouth a little into something that might be a smile. However, I'm more of a bartering type myself anyway. Barter sounds good. He nods. There's a little favor I need a crew for, and well, you look like you might be a good fit. He tucks the cloth away in a pocket and clasps his hands. I know of an old Solheim wreck out there. Very old. Pre-collapse. It's tucked away in a dead zone, so no one has ever really cut it. He shrugs. Not only that, but Solheim derelicts have a habit of triggering nasty security protocols when approached by an unfamiliar ship, so it's been well left alone. You more or less discover the mystery of the island. Yes, you travel the island to find your friends. It's deceptively big. Oh, okay. You unlock things through friendship quests to explore more. It really is the power of friendship, isn't it? It really is the power of friendship. But a salvager like you with an old Solheim rig, I bet it wouldn't even flinch if it saw you coming. I have a special interest, a need for that old tech. All the Solheim ships have a data core. And while I don't care about the accounting reports or material ledgers or whatever they kept on the damn thing, I do care about the hardware. So if I was to find you back here with that data core in your cargo hold, clean, cut, and complete, well then, I could see my way to doing a straight barter for those feed lines. Karsten pauses. Sniffs the air again. You just need the coordinates. Why do you want it? Special interest. You wait for more, but his flat expression tells you it's not coming. So, you interested? He glances back at his workbench, because I'm a busy man. Okay, so we did it in the demo. I'm curious what happens if you say not interested. I wonder what happens if you say not interested. I'm gonna do it. Then 400. Then 400 it is, Karsten shrugs. Excuse me, and he turns back to go to his workbench. So we can either then say, fine, I'll do it, or 400 is too much. Oh, so the game is kind of forcing your hand of, like, the illusion of choice. Like, no, you kind of have a choice. Or you kind of don't have a choice. 400 is too much. 400 is the price, or you can take the contract. Give me the details and I'll see. Alright then, he holds out a heavy hand for you to shake and you automatically reach out. He grabs your forearm instead. Karsten pulls you closer, squeezing your arm. Let's keep this one between us, alright? He half smiles, his face huge and close. It's our deal. Before you can respond, he thumbs a little drive into your palm. Those coordinates. And then he lets go of your arm with what you swear is a wink. You take a moment to gather yourself, and by the time you do, a whirring fills the air, Karsten having returned to his workbench. You turn and glide out of Karsten's supply with a growing mix of anxiety and excitement in the pit of your stomach and the cacophony of factory row in your ears. A contract. Seraphim might even be impressed. You look at the drive in your palm and smile. This could be a route out. You think of leaving this place behind, in possession of an improved ship too. Suddenly, a small but firm hand falls on your back, an equally small voice coming with it. Hey, wait up! Oh, it's Junie. Oh, I remember her. You turn in the passage to see a young woman, her hair waving from the rapid glide she clearly just came out of to catch you. She steadies herself using your shoulder. Sorry, wanted to catch you. I'm Junie. Her dark eyes flicker around nervously. You notice the portable terminal she carries, something data scrapers call a deck, her backpack full of components and trailing wires. Do I know you? She pauses, confused by the question. No. She pauses again. Karsten. She starts, still catching her breath. He sent me to grab you. She smiles that flat smile again. Wants me to come with you on the job. Her eyes shoot down to the drive in the palm of your hand. She smiles again. Why didn't he tell me? Become sleeper IRL. Bye. Bye, Anna. Good night. Have good sleeps. See you soon, my friend. She glances back towards Karsten's. I guess he forgot? He does that sometimes. She looks sheepishly at you. He just grabbed me after you two were done talking, so... Karsten's always sending me on things like this. Guess he wants me to help you out. Keep an eye on things. She pauses. I can be pretty helpful. So, she looks around the passage. Should I meet you at your ship? And you can tell me when you're ready to go? I'm not sure, bestie. She looks nervous. Sure, I mean, you're not sure you're gonna leave? I'm not sure you're coming. She pauses, thinking. I mean, Karsten said I need to go. She glances back in the shop's direction. And he does get pretty mad when people don't do what when he asks. She shrugs. Let's see. Okay. She glances around. Karsten doesn't like waiting, but it's up to you. Junie pushes off and waves. Looking forward to working with you. She calls back as an afterthought. I'm not going to ask her about the ship. We're going to let her leave. You watch her disappear down the passage. Things are getting complicated already, but at least you have a contract and a way to get the feed lines. Junie clearly works with data based on the gear she was looking around, which might make her useful when it comes to pulling out the data core. The question is, what does she get out of it, and why didn't Karsten mention her sooner? You consider your options as you head back towards the rig. Don't know about this sleeper. Seraphim looks nervously at the rig's windows as you finish explaining Karsten's deal, as well as Junie's offer of help. If the job was easy, Karsten would have done it himself already. That means there's a catch. He frowns at the stars, and there's definitely something going on with this Junie girl. He shakes his head. What choice do we have? What if... Seraphim narrows his eyes. We could get the crowd together and buy the feed lines. Is that even possible? Found a contract board at the exchange, further in station. He gestures towards Hexport. We take on a job that might get us some of the way towards buying those feed lines. Plus, even if we do want to take Karsten's job, a bit of money to get ourselves prepared would be a bad idea. Fill up on fuel, supplies, be ready for whatever comes. I just can't read anything with Hex in the name without getting distracted by Arcane. Yes, I'm still here for a little while longer. Just lurky. No, you're good, you're good. And that's also very, very fair. Like, I can't like the word cyberpunk, like I can't not associate with Cyberpunk 2077. Can't not associate that together. I'll take a look. Good, Seraphin nods. While you're at it, you might want to see if you could scare up some freelance crew too. Many hands make light work and all that. Or we stop messing around. We take Carson's job right now and get it done before he can think twice.
Yay!
Polite Poutine, thank you for the yay, redeem. Thank you. Seems like a whole set of bad options to me. Either way, I've still got work to do on the drive. Seraphin nods a farewell, heading back to the engine room. Let me know what you decide. For a moment you pause, letting the haze of plans and ideas settle in your mind. Suddenly you curl up, pain shooting along your spine. You grit your teeth, your muscles lock tight. Your vision narrows as you squeeze your eyes shut. You feel a shift, as if some connection has broken. It's almost impossible to describe, like you're floating away from your body, dispersing, dissolving. There's nothing familiar in the pain, nothing to hold on to. You grit your teeth. And then another shift comes and you are back in your body, trembling against the metal wall of the passage. The pain slowly fades, becoming a pulsing throb and then a residual flicker. You flex in 0G, stretching out the tension. Hello, Mr. Ship. Hello. Boop, boop. There's a strange sensation of distance that persists beyond the pain, a disconnection between your body and yourself, flickering numbness that refuses to recede. You wonder if the reboot has done something to your body, or if this is some new sensation you will have to live with indefinitely. It strikes you that you know so little about the body that houses you. It could be moments away from collapse, or might persevere for countless cycles like this. You try to shake off the feeling, pushing your hands against each other until they feel like they are yours again. Time is the only thing you need, and right now it feels like it's running out fast. You head for the airlock. You have work to do. Alright, so go to the map. We can see contracts. Ooh, so we can view the contract. This is Karsten's contract. Oh, we're not actually taking it, though. Okay, but there will be different ones that pop up. And I think, like, the outer line here is how far our ship can go. This dotted line, because he did said, like, we're on reserve fuel now, so we can't jump farther than this. I'm interested to see how big this galaxy is going to be, because it says belt unavailable, which is going to be the Starward belt. So I'm curious to see what that's going to... Oh, I'm so excited! I'm so excited. But first, we do need to take a 5-minute break, because I do need to go to the bathroom. Movie's over, time to do dishes. Ooh, yes, glad the movie's over. Feel free to let us know what you think, what you thought of the movie. But we will be back in 5 minutes, so don't forget to do self-care things, stand up, stretch, move around, use the bathroom, do what you need to do. And we'll be back in 5 minutes to keep on playing, so we will be right back. Hello, friends. Welcome on back from our 5-minute breaky. Hope y'all had a good 5 minutes to just do what you need to do, and we are here to continue playing Citizen Sleeper. I hope within the next hour or so, 45 minutes to an hour, we can do what we need to do and then get out of, like, what we've seen for the demo. I wish there was, like, a way to, like, fast forward through the stuff we did in the demo, but there isn't. And like, all of this seems, like, the same to me. Like, this doesn't seem like there's different things yet. Okay, so supply. Ooh, so we can do either option here. Okay. Let's see. Oh, so it actually has little icons for, like, oh, this is where you can do stuff with your cryo. That's nice. Music's good. I still have to get used to it. My favorite music so far is still from the first game. Alright, we're just gonna make a lot of money right here. Also, I wonder if we're gonna have to worry about stabilizer at some point. But that might not be something we have to worry about just yet. Yeah, music from the first game I love. Okay, let's go eat some fries. I want a Ben's fry. Plastic bag of flash fried salt flecked tubers. I like fries. Fries are tasty. Alright, end cycle. Best fries? Ooh. Oh, food only goes down 1 bar. That's also a change. So, best fries. Chick-fil-A has really good fries. Also, fresh Five Guys fries are also very good. Okay, we rolled a lot of fucking 3s. Alright. What flavor is this game? Fry flavored. Hi Derp, how are you? I sadly don't have homophobic chicken here. I love that's what you call it now, because that's what my coworkers call it. Okay. Just gonna get a shit ton of money. Derp, I hope you're well. Appreciate you being here. Oh, that was a negative outcome. Made us humgy. Gasoline sherbet? It might be. It might be gasoline sherbet. The obscure one, but fresh KFC fries. Oh, they just hit different with the seasoning they use. You know what? That's also a valid take. I mean, I haven't had KFC fries in a while, but Steak and Shake, their seasoning for their fries, so good. I love me a good shoestring fry, which are the very, very thin fries. Love those. Jack in the Box curly fries. Curly fries are hit and miss for me, personally. Okay, and then we're gonna go here to the trade hall. And I mean we could take all. Sure. And then we'll buy some supplies, but not all the supplies we need. Okay. And then we'll buy another contract. Station management has located a Conway signal. They're concerned to see one so close and are looking for someone to disable the source. This is 200 cryo. Sure. Okay, new contract on map. Okay, so we're gonna end day because we need to end the cycle. Oh! Oh, so we can tell our crew what they should be doing every cycle. Okay, so yeah, we want to continue increasing our cryo. Okay. See, we got more cryo, thanks. If Mackey's fries are salted, like... If Mackey's fries are salted, like, covered in salt, then they are goated. That's fair, that's fair. We do love good salt. Hi, Emmerich. Thanks for the first time chat. I played Citizen Sleeper 1, but did not finish it. Do I need to finish it to enjoy Citizen Sleeper 2? So we're still kind of in the tutorial area. By tutorial area, I mean the demo portion of the game, because I played the demo. So, from what I've seen so far, no. These are two standalone games. So you don't need to play or finish Citizen Sleeper 1 in order to play Citizen Sleeper 2. They're two completely different storylines, both within the same universe. So if you don't play 1, you might not understand some of the references or the history that may lead to Citizen Sleeper 2 in terms of like the lore of the universe, the game universe. But it's a different character you're playing as, so they're different sleepers, so you don't necessarily need to play the first one to play the second one. Hopefully that answers your question. I appreciate you stopping on by. Also, hi, Combat. I completely forgot how to say hello to you. Of course. I've played the first one, and I really loved the first game. The second game looks to be as it's going to be drastically increasing on some of the elements of the first game, but adding new things to it. And it seems to be doing a lot more with it, which I'm really, really excited about. I went to make a steak, and when I opened the sealed package I bought today, it was rancid. Oh, no! Oh. Made me gag. This is 2 meats in a row from the store. Who's the store? Are we boycotting them now? Because I will. I absolutely will. Local Target. Ah, okay. Yeah, we have a Target near me, I think, but I just don't go. I don't fuck with Target. Okay. Boo Target with the fucking tomatoes. Okay. I think to make our lives a tad bit easier, for the sake of wanting to get out of the stuff from the demo faster, I'm gonna take the contract. This isn't their brand though, it's Verde or something. Oh, that's weird. I usually only buy meats from like 2 places. Like I do Butcher Box, which is a farm pasture raised company that will do these cuts of meats and then send them out to you, or Wegmans. Green meats. Yeah, green eggs and ham, anybody? Okay, so I am going to use some of my dice to at least finish out what we have going on. No, don't lick the green meats. Why are we licking the green meats? Stop it. Stop it. I do not like green eggs and lamb. Some Quality Butchers, I should look into that. Oh, they might. They might. I've been meaning to go to our local farmer's market. I just haven't had the chance. Okay. So we're gonna end cycle. Butchers are honestly the best. Okay, the dice are still not great, but that's fine. Okay, we're gonna eat some fries. Have some bendy fries. And we're gonna take Carson's contract. We're just gonna do it. Okay, so we have to take him. Oh, wait! What do you mean Junie's not... Or, wait. Why can't I take her? Do I have to go, like, ask her? Where's Nia? Nia! We riot? Because I think we were able to take her before. I don't remember if it was a certain action. Sucks the green meats. No! Don't do that. Fine. I guess we have to take Junie. I don't want to, but I guess we have to. again, we blast off. And I am hungry. Again. Yay. I do not want green meat. No, thank you. I'm fine with my cookie. Thank you, though. Okay. As I drink more water. More for poutine. Yeah, you two could share. None of us else want it. The Solheim derelict fills the cockpit windows, all twisted plates and skeletal strutwork. You watched it in horror and fascination as Seraphim completed the approach, both of you silent in the presence of this decaying beast. Now, as you sail beside it, Seraphim is the first to break the silence. This thing is already dead. He shakes his head. It's a corpse, Sleeper. He nudges the ship closer. Oh, and there we are. There's our ship right there. He nudges the ship closer, looking for a place to dock. I touch this thing too hard, it will crumble to dust. Let's not do that. Seraphim does a little mock salute. Aye, aye. He rolls his eyes. Any other tips? He's a little sarcastic little shithead. Take us up there. That's the bridge. Junie points towards one end of the ship, and both of you and Seraphim turn around, having forgotten she was even in the cockpit. She hasn't said a word since you departed. Susie, no. Susie, wrong. Incorrect. She glances at both of your bemused faces. What? She looks away. Sorry, that's where we need to go. She stops pouting. Seraphim nods towards Junie. She's not wrong, Sleeper. That bridge would be a good start. Assess the wreck first. Junie settles silently back into her seat. She looks away out of the cockpit, and you are unsure if she's upset or just embarrassed. Carefully, Seraphim brings the ship close to the derelict and guide it along the hull. The rays lights ripple over the broken surface, finding gaps and cracks everywhere. It seems remarkable that the derelict is still held together. Shit! Seraphim hisses as a huge spinning piece of debris drifts in front of the cockpit. He pushes the rig down beneath it, squeezing between the debris of the hull, and as he does so, an ear-splitting screech signals the rig scraping across the derelict's skin. You freeze for a moment, waiting for the breach sirens to sound, but the moment passes and you relax. You glance at Seraphim. His face betrays no emotion. They did forget about her. She just showed up. She apparitioned on the ship and we're like, huh, what? What is she doing here? Susie's choosing violence. Me slowly taking bite of green mean that was offered. Gothics, no, not you too. This isn't safe. Seraphim shakes his head. I'm going to find somewhere better to settle the ship. Then we need to suit up and work our way along the hull on foot. You look back at Junie and see her still in her seat, eyes wide. You okay? Junie looks at you, then there's a sudden unfamiliar hardness in her eyes that surprises you. Then a moment is gone and her gaze softens. I'm okay. Don't worry. I'm sus. I'm very sus, Junie, okay? Let it be known to the ether that I am sus of this woman, okay? Seraphim brings the ship away from the derelict's hull an inch at a time, then slowly brings it round to settle close to the mostly intact hull plate. This section is fairly free of debris. He nudges the ship a little closer. We should be good to hold here. Seraphim unclips from his seat and you and Junie follow suit. As you all glide towards the airlock, Junie silently follows. You can't help but feel judged. Everything is edible once. Microwaves tea. Julie, there's a perfectly good kettle over there. As you reach the airlock, Seraphim begins suiting up. If we are lucky, that little collision hasn't started a cascade that will end with this place coming apart under our feet. Seraphim finally kicks his legs into a seat of EVA trousers, clearly irritated by his own carelessness. We're gonna stay silent. This is a delicate job, Junie says quietly, almost to herself. The data core will be fragile. She casts a furtive glance in the direction of you and Seraphim. Very fragile. Obviously! Junie looks away. I'm gonna be a little shithead to her. I don't care. I didn't want you to come anyway. I wanted Nia, but fuck off. The rest of the preparation process takes place in tense silence, each of you considering the delicate job ahead. You suit up too, though you don't need a helmet to breathe. You slide one on and lock the seals for protection. This wreck isn't going to give up its salvage easily. I fucking love it. I'm here for this. Perfect. The core should be near the bridge, maybe even inside it, but there's a lot of wreck here, and there might be good salvage tucked away in the cargo hold. Once the suits are on and the seals are checked, you cycle the lock and stare out the vast expanse of the twisted hulk before you. It's time to go to work. Okay, so this is the contract. Able to assign 2 dice for every crew member, as you would your own dice. Pay attention to crew skills. On certain outcomes, crews will take stress. When their stress is full, you'll no longer be able to use them to perform actions. While in a contract, your energy bar will automatically be supplied for each cycle that you have available supplies. When your supplies are depleted, both you and your crew will take 1 stress per cycle. Contracts also have their contract stress. When this bar is filled, the contract will fail. Good luck. Okay, so the rig. This is where we'll end cycle. Alright, so this is the cargo hold. Actually, no, this is the bridge. Okay. Okay, so all of us suck at lock dissection. That's good. Yeah, so that's good. Okay, so we're not going to utilize Junie here. Let's see what else we have options available to us. Okay. Also, we suck at everything here too. Great. Okay, so clear cargo doors. Oh, so we can actually utilize Junie here for this one. Where's the access port? I mean, you're the one supposed to be the one. Wait, hold on. Wait, can you not? Are you not able to do this one? Okay, so all of us suck at this. This is fine. Oh, he has endure. Okay. Oh, shit! Hell yeah, Seraphin! Hell yeah! Alright, let's go back over here. Okay, so we need... Oh god, we suck at all of these actions. We all suck. That's good. Except Seraphin. Seraphin can do all the shit. We can't. We suck at everything. Oh, okay, well we can do this. Find access point. We can do this. Ooh, so we discovered the cargo storage. So... Okay, we can map the bays. We're gonna have Junie map the bays. Nice, nice. What did we learn today? Career Junie is no, we all suck! Extract raw scrap, which will be Seraphin. But we need Seraphin to get us in here. Actually, wait, I think we can too. Oh, we can as well. Okay. Contract stress has triggered a crisis. Crisis will add 1 contract stress per cycle unless they're resolved at the crisis location. Crisis location? Oh. This is new. Emergency seal. Okay. Which, Seraphin's the only one who can do this. This is fine. Crisis at the space station. No big deal indeed, I guess. Okay, can we still... Okay, yeah, we could still use our dice here, though. Oh, shit. Okay, we're only gonna be up to here. Ooh, okay. That's okay. We're gonna take a honk shoe. We're gonna take a honk shoe. Okay. Let's go here. Seraphin? Seraphin, please, for the love of fuck. Ah, damn. Increased his stress. Okay. It's gonna put me down to a 4, but that's fine. Okay. This brings it down to a 3, which I'm not happy about. Ooh, perfect. Alright. While on a contract, you can use your push ability once per cycle to give you edge in a tricky situation. Accrues 1 stress. Will give you key advantage based on your chosen class. You can see your current push configuration if you hold your mouse over the button and on the character screen. Your push can be upgraded in configuration in the character screen when not on a contract. Okay, so... we don't have anything to utilize Junie for this one, I don't think. Yeah, let me take her dice out for fuck's sake. Okay. So... this is gonna trigger another one. Actually, let's see. So over here... yeah, we don't have Endure. Ooh. Okay, we gained some stress. As your stress increases, you will have a higher chance of taking damage to your action dice each time you roll them. Okay. But, we have a net positive. So we're gonna break into the hull. Okay. We've come this far. This is actually different from the... this is different from the demo. This is a different mission, which is interesting. Again, me eating a cookie when I have to do talking. This is not... this is... I'm a very poor planner, alright? The cookie's just as important. I'm glad you think so as well. Thank you. The bridge of the derelict lies silent. The pale beams of your suit lamps catch rows of terminals and clouds of glittering dust. Wires wave like seaweed, and the whole scene appears as if underwater, chaotic but still. Cookie's better than talking. True, true. Junie glides past you, disturbing the dust and taking you by surprise as she does. She has been a stoic presence so far, but in the moment she seems drawn forward by some force of a curiosity. You watch as she bats away debris and begins checking terminals. We're gonna let her work. Sorry, prying an access panel off one of the more intact looking terminals, and as she does, puffs of rust color the vacuum around her red. She turns back to the terminal and finishes prying off the plate. Then quickly, she reaches inside and fishing around for something. Her hand comes back out with a waving cable topped with a thick connector. As soon as she sees it, she slips a keyboard-sized deck out from somewhere on her person. She runs her hand across the back until she finds the right port and slots it on the connector. All of this happened in a few seconds, the routine practiced and precise. It is hard not to be impressed. Nicely done. We'll see, she says, so quietly it seems mostly to herself. Junie's fingers dance around across the deck's keyboard and a burst of static lights up the Solheim terminal screen. The sudden burst of light and color take you by surprise. Her fingers tap away, the terminal screen flashing with blocks of color and lines of code. It buzzes and vibrates, its long-dead systems forced back into chaotic life. Then all at once it goes dark. The terminal is dead. Shit. Junie hisses beneath her breath. Unless. Useless. You cannot tell if it's an insult is directed at the terminal or herself. What are you doing? Shit, indeed. She looks up at you as if she was just waking from a dream. Looking for something useful. She pauses. Useful for the contract, that is. She glances down. A map of the ship. Plans. You know. The cradle with the data core can't be far. She pushes off from the terminal, gliding away from you. I'll start looking. She calls back and heads to the other side of the bridge. Seraphim glides up beside you. Everything alright? Alright, we're gonna gossip. What do you think about Junie? The kid? Seraphim shrugs. You know better than me. Keeps to herself. She squints at her retreating form. Seraphim stretches in his suit. I have to admit, it's nice to be back working, especially now that we are the ones who will reap the benefits. He claps you on the shoulder. Feels good to be taking our fate into our own hands. I know it's pretty rough there back on Hexport. And out here we're just likely to get shredded by debris as find the damn data core. But aren't you glad we made a break for it? He pauses and looks down. Having asked the question almost by accident. I mean, I am. I just don't want to speak for you. I'm glad too. Even though I do miss Lane. Seraphim smiles. You better be. I didn't give up that little darkside cupboard I was living in for nothing. He laughs at his own joke. Look, Seraphim checks his suit's wrist seals. Once we've got a bit of space behind us. Once we've got the distance. If we can even manage to get that far. He furrows his brow. Don't feel you owe me. I'm no charity case. You want us to go our separate ways? Fine by me. He meets your eyes. Just do me the favor of telling me to my face. I will. Seraphim nods but doesn't respond. After a moment, he shines his torch out into the dark, checking in the rows of terminals all across the bridge. Also, I said that I will is like, oh, if I do decide to go my separate way, I will tell you to fuck off. To your face. After a moment, he shines his torch, checking the rows of terminals all across the bridge. You watch the glittering dust as it eddies in the beam. Seraphim sighs, let's get to it. You watch as he crosses the bridge, his torch probing the dark corners. You feel a chill run through your body as you imagine the people that once ran the ship, the Solheim crew, surely long dead. What was it like here before the collapse, when the system was the jewel of Solheim's crown? It's impossible to know. That history is lost to you now. All you can do is pick what you can from the ruins. Okay. Okay, so... Ooh, we can use Junie here. Alright, we're gonna reboot the system. Or try to reboot the system. Net positive. I'm not gonna use her one dice. There really isn't a location to use that appropriately. Alright, and we gonna sleepies. We're gonna sleep. Okay. So, okay, so this is an endurance one. So let's see. What do we have left over here? Ooh, okay, we're gonna just have him extract one raw scrap. Ooh. Ah, shit, that upped the crises, damn it. Where's the crises? Oh, it's an interface one. Okay, so either Junie or myself can handle it. Okay, then. I do love that little comms channel. That's kind of cool. Sleepies, which I totally didn't do for like 5 hours. I'm actually gonna do one of these ones, one of these guys. Okay, we had stop freaking out. Time to go back over here. All right, we're gonna put your endurance up. Endurance to the use. Cool, cool, cool. Nice. Beautiful, amazing. Then we're gonna put my whopping 6. And we'll do another push. Okay, we're gonna go back to the rig and we're gonna take a big sleepies, a big nappies. Ooh, you've taken damage to the dice because of stress. Cranberry mango vodka beverage. Ooh, that sounds really fancy. Again, I just don't drink a lot of alcohol, so I have no idea if that's like super fancy or not. When your dice are rolled at the start of your cycles, your stress dictates if you take damage or not. Higher stress means higher chance of damage. White markers above the stress bar tell you which number of numbers will damage your dice when rolled. Ah, okay, I see what they mean. Each dice has 3 dice health. When this is depleted, the dice will break and must be repaired to use normally. How do you repair the dice, though? Okay, but I guess, like, can we sleepies? Can we... Oh, we can't recover right now because we're on contract. Okay. Okay, Junie, you have a 5. I'm gonna have you do that. That should give us what we need to do that. Which is here. Okay. So now we're trying to extract the core with this pulsing noise in the background. And Seraphim is useless here, from my understanding. Actually, maybe I could do that. Not my forte, but so what? Okay. It is a very soothing pulsing noise. Well, Sean, because there's like 3 shots of vodka left in the bottle, so I made 2 drinks for my wife and me. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. Ooh. Data core took damage. Ooh, okay. And what happens? Oh, that goes down to a 3. Yeah, we're not gonna take that risk. Let's see. Okay, so the ship can take 1 more before it goes into another derelict stress point. We did get another piece of scrap, though. We'll take it. End cycle. We're gonna go hungry. We're gonna start going hungry. We're gonna start going humgy. Energy are now starving. While starving, gain 1 stress per cycle. And then the energy loss accrues stress. Okay. So starting after this cycle. So, okay. Okay, we got no engineer stuff. The same one my bottle is nearly out. Cracked it. Though this we should be good. We are in the clear. The core from the soul. Hey! Yay, we got an achievement. You watch nervously as Junie guides the core out of the cradle. A large ball, almost half your height in diameter. It glides up on the framework that held it, connections waving loose and cut. Her breathing comes through the suit's comms loud enough to be picked up, and it fills you with tense energy as you watch. Over the course of this job, you have seen Junie both focused and distracted, nervous and precise, but you've not seen her any more confident than in this moment now. She floats beside the data core, handling it with care and skill as if it was a vast egg of some endangered bird. She glances up and sees you watching her and knows something unfamiliar in her eyes, something that you have perhaps seen in the passing moment before. Only now is it no momentary lapse or change. It is set in place. You see determination. You are filled with determination. She guides the core a little way from you with one hand, and at the same time comes forward, almost placing herself between you and her prize. And it does seem to be hers in the way she handles it, the possessive way she screens it with her body. We need to talk. The statement comes flat and deadpan, and the nervous tremble gone. Right now. Oh, God. Junie, stop. Sleeper. She takes a deep breath. I want you to be honest with you, but I need to know what you won't take this from me. Junie glances around the cradle defensively, but Seraphim is already heading back to the ship to prepare the cargo cave for the core storage. You two are alone. Oh, God. Is she going to double-cross us? Because I had a sneaking suspicion she was not working for Karsten. Tell me and we'll see. Fine. She folds her arms, but staying with me. Karsten doesn't deserve this treasure, Sleeper. Junie glances over her shoulder at the core. Do you know how many of these are left intact? She shakes her head. And all he wants to do is wipe it clean so he can use it interface with Hexport. All that data. Gone. So what do you want? I want to extract the data, to make use of it. You see some genuine emotion flicker in her eyes. She sighs. After extracting the data, the core will be unusable. There's a security system that will fry it if data duplication is attempted. It can delay the security response long enough to copy the data, but after that... So you've done this before? Yes. She meets your eye. This is why I came. Look at this place, Sleeper. She gestures to the cradle room. A dark and twisted cavern of long-dead tech. How many of these places are left? How many chances do we have to recover anything this old, this fragile? Like it or not, we live in Solheim's shadow in their ruins, and yet we know almost nothing. What chance do we have of understanding how we got here when others like them, like Senate, Stat, and Conway, are descending on this system? Yeah, I wonder what's on there, though. I don't know, Sleeper. That is the point. She gestures around herself. We could learn our history and how the system was settled. We could better learn the technology we build our lives on. We could uncover Solheim's crimes and seek to make amends. She looks at you with pleading eyes. We could see beyond survival towards something else. You have never heard Junie speak like this, and you realize what you have taken for nervousness was actually control. This, the person in front of you defending a decaying data core with their life, is the real Junie. But then you think of Lane, of the price he likely put on your and Seraphim's heads, and of the feed lines without which leaving Hexport will be almost impossible. Is this even a choice? Alright, let's explain about the feed lines. Junie listens carefully as you tell her about the deal with Karsten, the feed lines he offered you, and that both you and Seraphim are on the run. Then I'll help you. Junie doesn't flinch. We find another way to get those feed lines. Karsten is an idiot. I can hack his security and you can pull them out of there. Or Seraphim looks tough. Maybe he can grab them. She looks desperate. We can do it. We can do something. Why should I trust you? Yeah, I knew it. This bitch didn't work with Karsten. He didn't send you. Yeah, you little shithead. I knew you were fucking being a little sneaky suspicious. I fucking knew it, chat. I knew it. And I wonder if they didn't put this in the demo because this complicates things, you know? For the demo, they want to make it more streamlined to give you a taste of what's to come. So, I wonder if this... I mean, obviously this is the intended action, but This is probably why this wasn't in the demo, because this complicates things, which is what I love about Citizen Sleeper. It makes it very more complicated. Remember, even in the demo, we had our doubts too. Yeah, but in the demo, we had a choice to take Nia or Junie. But here, we didn't have a choice. We had to take Junie for this job. Lies! You sit on a throne of lies. I may have misled you there. I knew he knew where the derelict was, and I heard your conversation. I've been keeping an eye on him. She pauses. I know I lied, but I can help you. Let me strip the data from the core, and I promise to help you get the feed lines. She meets your eye with intensity. It's a lot of information to take in at once. You need a second to think. I think okay, for the knowers in chat who have seen the demo, the ending of the demo, unless of what happens when you go talk to Karsten to get the feed lines, unless if that is now not canon anymore, I think we should take her deal. I think we should do it. Knowing what Karsten is going to do, potentially, if that hasn't changed from the demo, I think we should take the deal. Also, it would be super fucking... I low-key trust her now. Yeah, like, she should have just been honest up front, but it's fine. Yeah, alright, let's do it. Thank you. Junie looks genuinely moved. This is a gift to all of us, Sleeper. I hope you will see it like that. Junie turns to the data core, quickly gathering one of its loose connections. Why are we doing this now? Why are we doing this now? Why are we doing it now? She lied to us, but at the same time, she had her reasons, as does anyone in this universe. True, but we also do know what Carson's gonna do later. She takes out her deck and plugs it in, then crosses her legs and places it across them, floating tethered beside the core. Her fingers begin tapping at the keyboard, teasing out the core's data and whatever Solheim secrets it might contain. As she does, Servant enters. He braces himself in the entryway. What's she doing? Junie doesn't seem to notice. Emptying the data. She's doing what? Seraphin jumps to attention, but you put a hand on his shoulder. He eyes you suspiciously. I hope you know what you're doing, Sleeper. He nods towards the core. That's our ticket out of Hexport. Junie will help us, if you say so. We both turn to watch Junie stripping the core of its secrets. A little while later, once the core has been emptied out and its defense mechanism has scorched its seams black, you watch the metallic sphere spinning gently in the room and wondering if you have just made a terrible mistake. Alright, the contract is concluded. You can leave via the map. Oh, so that's nice. So it doesn't automatically leave. So if we wanted to do the Deep Bay still, sure, we'll do one more. Why not? Nice. Cool. Alright. Time to go home. Bye! Oh. Leave. Alright, bye! Goodbye! Alright, as you arrive in Hexport, Junie speaks up from the back of the cockpit. We are going to have to act fast if you want to take those feed lines. You and Seraphin exchange glances. You are both still getting used to this new Junie. We? Seraphin raises an eyebrow. Only one of us fried the core and stole all its data. He shoots you a look. And for some reason, we let you. We can make this work. Calm down. What I'm wondering, Sleeper, is why we have to. Seraphin looks infuriated. I don't think Karsten is going to take kindly to the idea that we brought someone pretending to work for him on a job and let her have his prize. He scoffs. Give Mans a Snickers? I don't know if they have Snickers. We'll have to maybe give them some bend fries or whatever they're called. He points at Junie like she's an object. Do you even know what she's up to? Junie looks between the two of you. Hexport hasn't exactly been kind to me. You two trusted me even though I didn't deserve it. I'm not used to that. I just want to repay it. Not to mention that Karsten is probably ripping you off. Even if you get enough cryo, what's to say he won't raise the price? Trust me, he's no good. I was trying to deal with Karsten to get those derelict coordinates from the moment I arrived here, and he ran me in circles. She shakes her head. Seraphim was watching her closely. Even if I do take you at your word, which, given everything, seems a little tough, how do you even do this? He raises an eyebrow. You were telling me we just drift in there and take the feed lines? Look, I get it. You don't trust me. She pauses. But if I have a vested interest in this working out? Green Snickers? No, Guthix, not green Snickers. There's nothing left for me here, and I don't much feel like hanging around waiting for Karsten to figure out my involvement in all this. I need safe passage. You need feed lines to grant it. She allows herself a smile. See where I'm going with this? Oh, we're gonna have a stowaway? Cool. Seraphim sighs. I don't like it. He pauses, but it makes sense. What do you think, Sleeper? I like it. Alright then, let me prepare. I'll head to Factory Row, scope the place out. Meet me there and we can work out a plan. She glances between the two of you. Trust me, we can find a way. We'll keep it simple. Clean. Simple is good. Agreed, Seraphim cuts in. His dark look betrays his concerns. I'll go scope out the bay we need in Factory Row. We should split up. Less likely for Karsten to suspect us. Meet me there in a few and we can finish setting up. Junie unclips from her seat, floating. I want to show you I can be trusted. That we can do this. She looks between the two of you. Believe that, please. Sips green meat juices. And with that, she slips away down the passage towards the airlock and hexport beyond. You look at Seraphim. I'm saying nothing, Sleeper. He unclips his seat too. Either this is the kind of mess you have to go through to get to the other side, or it's the kind that you never escape. Either way, we are in it now. He leaves the cockpit. You stare at the chaotic lights of Hexport and wonder if anything in the Starward Belt ever runs smoothly. Oh god. Oh, so we've been gone that many times. So, okay. So Lane is slowly catching up to us. We need to eat food. Okay, we're going to the Ben's. We're gonna get some Ben's fries because we desperately need them. Thank you, thank you. Give me some fries. Thank you. Okay, I don't know how to repair dice. Okay, so this is Junie's unit. Do I have upgrade points yet? So skills are on the left. Upgrade your push. Only one upgrade at each level can be active at once. You can figure which upgrade is at what the hub. Okay. Oh, 1 point is available. Okay. So endure, we can never update our endure. Oh, we need 4. Oh, we need 4 points for those. Okay. Puts a mug in the microwave, starts pressing the buttons. Oh my god. Okay, okay, okay. We're gonna do a day of work before going to Junie's unit. I think that's the play. I think. Oh, we can also sell raw scrap. Never mind. We're gonna sell the scrap first. Or some of them. We're gonna keep at least one piece. Just because I want to be able to buy some supplies and stuff. And we'll buy fuel. Green meat is healthy like vegetable. Oh no, please stop. Please stop. Stop. Ooh, okay. Alright, so hack security. See, I love being able to hack shit. That's why I pick operator every time. Okay. Gonna need more Ben's fries, plus. Give me more fries as I take another bite of my cookie. has spoiled us for hacking. Yeah. Hey, Cadence Argent, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. You get a complimentary squeak of Squeakums the Rat. Welcome, welcome. Salute to you too, my friend. Thank you for the follow. Rat! Yes, we are the hacker rats here. Yes, yes indeed. Which we are also a hacker in Citizen Sleeper 2, which is my favorite thing to do. Also, I don't know if the shade of, like, mint green is, like, you chose that shade for Twitch, or if Twitch chose that for you in this chat currently, but I really like it. You just finished? You just finished? It came out yesterday! It came out yesterday! Okay, well that's actually a good question. How long did it take you to finish? Like, how many hours? Because I definitely get the impression that this is going to be a little longer than Citizen Sleeper 1. Because I've played both. Or, I played the first one, now playing this one. So, if you can estimate, doesn't have to be an exact. Because I will obviously do it slower, because I am also talking. 17 hours? Oh. Chat, we're going to be in for the long haul, alright? We're gonna be in the long haul for this game. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm in for a treat. I'm so excited. I've been excited for this since the announcement for it. It's such a full game. That's the vibe I got. That's honestly the vibe I got. And okay, we're gonna do one thing of data diffusal. Just so we can get some monies, and then we'll do this here. Yeah, it feels like a lot more things that you can do, which I'm really, really excited about. The sound of fist on keyboard wakes you from the scrolling code on the terminal screen. You turn to see Junie, a rare half-smile on her face as she floats cross-legged with her deck in her lap. The blue light on the snap-on screen makes her eyes glint with a glittering excitement. Both our basketball teams have won and now departing back home. Bye, all. See ya! Congrats to your teams. See you later, Gothics. And I'll see you next week for our college talk, which will be really, really fun. Got him. She shoots you a look. Carson's whole system is mine. You push away from your terminal to glide over to her screen. Running the mapping protocol now. I want to know about every little dusty corner of his network. Is there much to map? She squints at the screen. Weirdly, there is. It's coming up now. Seems Carson is pretty paranoid. This whole system is iced over with some serious security. Oh god, did we trigger anything? Ma'am? Did we have level 20 intelligence like we do in Cyberpunk? What are the layers of... Yeah, okay. Yeah, we fucked up. A red pulse flashes across her face, changing her features as it does. Shit, shit, shit! Her fingers dance across the keyboard. Something is closing the port. We need... Another red flash in her screen goes blank. Junie fist hits the keyboard again, harder. Okay, yeah. So, we've been made. We should probably get the fuck off this station. We've been kicked out. She's rapidly shaking her head. There's no way a salvager shop should have had that kind of countermeasure. She looks troubled. Maybe you peeked in the wrong corner. That's it, we're locked out? She looks over at you. It seems so. I think our friend Karsten is involved in some nasty stuff. She rubs her forehead in thought. I mean, this tracks from what we saw at the end of the demo. Phone decided it needed charging, like, now. Wait. Her fingers fly across the keyboard, her screen flickering with commands. A complex node graph assembles on the screen, a mess of interlocking connections. The mapping protocol did enough. She points at the screen. All the security systems are there. She indicates a dark section of broken connections. We didn't get what's here, but it seems like we found some kind of archive. Nothing we want. I do wonder what's in that archive. Some big data trolls, it looks like. Copies of old drives he found could just be a load of data left over from some salvage jobs that he thinks is worth something. He's a meathead with no eye for data, so it's probably a load of debug logs he thinks are Solheim secrets. She giggles at the idea. Junie pulls a thumbnail drive out of one of her many pockets and slots it into her deck. Time to train my cat. Your cat? Okay, and since we know the spelling, we're not going to say your cat. We're going to say identify the program. You watch the code spilling across the screen and notice the addresses from the node map being marked and logged. As you watch, you see that the cat identifies weaknesses, marks nodes with multiple connections and fragile structures. It is making a plan of attack. Junie is going to blast Karsten's network apart with raw data. I actually adore her now. Junie is a sweetheart. I love how we went from fuck this bitch to we will protect her with our life in a span of an hour. I love that for us. Junie sees the lock of recognition in your eyes, and I thought I could show you something new. She looks impressed. I call it the Katzenjammer. CAT for short. Give it the map of a network and an entry port, and it'll flood the system with raw data and network noise. Any tech connected to it gets a killer headache. Junie makes me smile. Yeah, she's clever. She's definitely clever. So if we leave her here, I will actually cry. I mean, I don't want to leave Nia here either, though. I grew attached to her during the demo. I hope we can come back for at least Nia, or we get to interact with her again. I built it to take the remnants of Solheim security systems out of commission on old derelicts. She squints. I had one too many close calls. So, what will it do to okay, let's ask what's gonna do to the shop. Yeah, can we bring both? Pretty much fry anything on our map. Camera, shutter, controls, alarms, it'll be pure chaos. She plucks the thumbnail drive out of her deck and hands it over. The cat had sticker on it catching the light as you turn it in your fingers. We still lost access, of course. Junie turns back to her screen, bringing up another node map. But there's an old Solheim port from the original facility just outside Karsten's. Slot the cat in there and it should be able to find the back door. How can you be sure? I spotted it on the map. She brings up another window. Karsten's hooked to the old fixed network. It's a classic weakness. This isn't going to be quiet, she squints. His whole system's going to be data blasted. It's not a subtle hack. When you slot the cat, you get in, grab the feed lines, and run. Sounds like one hell of a risk. Seraphin's voice catches you both by surprise as he slips into the dark and empty unit. That sweet cat. Yeah. It is an achievement for this game to befriend a stray again, so I'm really happy about that. Well, Junie pauses, looking between the two of you. It's our best option. I want to keep doing her voice, but I can't. My voice is starting to fade a little bit. Seraphin narrows his eyes. And where you will be while we run the gauntlet of scrambled security and make the grab. Junie looks away. I can monitor from how it goes down remotely. From here. Or the ship. Seraphin gives you a look. You can tell he is finding it hard to trust Junie after everything. I trust you. She smiles a thin smile. Thanks. She starts to pack up her deck. But I'll find somewhere else to work from. Close to the ship, but out of your way. Okay, that's good. Not on the ship. Junie shoulders her bag and glides to the door. When you're ready, slot the cat and go. By the time you're back to the ship, I'll be there. She glances down. Don't leave without me. She shoots Seraphin another look and then slips out of the unit. Seraphin watches her go, then turns to you. The whole of Hexport is going to hear about this. He shakes his head. We better be ready to go the moment you slot that thing. I'll be ready. He nods silently. I'll be at the ship repairing the engine. We need to be ready to fit the lines as fast as we possibly can. Be careful. Don't stop for anyone or anything. He puts a hand on your shoulder, and don't even think about looking back. With that, he slips out of the unit, leaving you alone to consider what comes next. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I think we're just gonna bolt it. We're just gonna do it. Alright. Alright, this will overwhelm the system. Actually, I'm gonna wait one more day. I'm gonna get one more day of just doing mindless shit on the station. Nice dice rolls. Amen. Okay. Just because I wanted to get some extra cryo. Alright, let's go here. And we're gonna buy a thing of supplies. And then now we're gonna go. We're gonna do it. Alright. Carson's place is locked up for the cycle, shutters down, alarms on. The denizens of factory are snaking past with deliveries and work orders. You hold your position opposite the shop and take a deep breath, waiting for a sign that this is going to work. You look at the thumbnail drive with its shimmering cat sticker sticking out of the old Solheim access port. You imagine the flow of data as the Katzenjammer seeks for an entry point into Carson's system. Excuse me. You think of Junie tucked away near the ship, watching you through the public networks. You think of Seraphin deep in the engine room of the rig. Hurry the hell up, you think. Enough waiting. Yeah, she put a cat sticker on it. Then you hear it, a pulsating white noise spluttering and then screaming out of Carson's shop. The shutters scissor up and down, the lights pulse, the alarms gurgles in confusion. For a moment, you are stunned in stillness. Ooh, you're back with popcorn. We're getting to the good part, Mary, so better pass around that popcorn bucket. People stop in the street and then turn to look as the shutter's motors burn out in a cascade of sparks and acrid smoke. Now or never. Okay, we're gonna... Okay, both of these have, like, the same percentages of type of outcome. So I think this is more or less, like, how do we want... I think we should rush inside because we're supposed to get in and out. Like, we can't wait. Homestyle butter? Ooh. One of our desk receptionists brought in bags of popcorn. So I have a couple of them, like, the unpopped ones. So I brought a couple. I have them in my office for when I'm hungry. Positive outcome! Without waiting a moment longer, you kick off from the wall and glide towards the entryway beneath the gathering observers. As you do, a cascade of sparks lights the passage, and you slip through the crowd, the chaos masking your entry. Oh, thank God! Takes you a moment to gather yourself in the chaos of the shop. The wall-mounted screens scream out white noise, and the flickering lights make it hard to concentrate, but you keep your focus. You scramble over to the feed lines in the window, grabbing the bundle with both arms. They wave wildly in your grasp as you wrench them away and kick off from the counter, gliding back out into the passage. Your arcing glide takes you into the crowd. You steer yourself through the gap of gathering bodies and kick off hard towards the port. The feed lines wave wildly, but you grip them hard to your chest and don't look back. Seraphin better be ready. Your arms ache from clutching the feed lines, but you don't loosen your grip until you see the entrance to the docking bridge. Sleeper! You almost ignore the call until you realize you recognize the voice. It's Junie. She meets you, her hand on your shoulder, guiding you towards the bridge. I'm with you now. She shoots you a glance. What a show, huh? Yeah, it was certainly loud. She smiles a little. Wish I could have seen the cat in action. You both glide down the docking bridge, Junie helping you with the trailing feed lines. From what you can tell, news of the chaos in Factory has not yet reached the port. You feel a flush of excitement as you enter the ship's airlock. This is it. You did it! You try to keep focus, but the elation makes your hands tremble. You take a sharp turn in the central passage of the ship and make your way to the engine room, the feed lines now unwieldy in the cramped space. Seraphin is waiting, shaking his head. Looks like we're in business. He lets out a sigh, and on the run from two different people now. He grabs the feed lines. I'll take it from here. He quickly begins the process of connecting the engine to the subsidiary fuel tank. You watch, catching your breath as he works. How about you make yourself useful rather than just making me nervous? Seraphin says without looking up from his work. Go close the airlock and disconnect the bridge. You and Junie glance at each other. Both of you, now! He calls out. The two of you turn and make your way to the passage, your nerves settling now. You arrive at the airlock and reach for the control panel. Then you see him. Oh, shit. Carson, coming up the docking bridge. Fast. And we're closing the airlock on this motherfucker. You're shaking hands and put the closure sequence just in time. The door hisses and slams shut in Carson's face. That was a neutral outcome. So he still passed the skill check, but it was a neutral outcome. He glares at you through the airlock's window, but as he does, the docking bridge shutters, scissors close, blocking him from view. You hear a clunk as the clamps disengage. You are free. Seraphim rushes past, gliding up the passageway from the engine room. Come on, get yourself strapped in. You and Junie silently follow him, your head spinning, your thoughts racing. You slip into your seat as Seraphim punches in the departure sequence. The rig begins to pull away from Hexport, Seraphim's hands on the controls. You close your eyes and feel the force of the thrusters firing. Hey! We escape Hexport before Lane finds us! We just completed a drive and upgrade point. And we did also fail a drive. I have no idea what we failed. Oh, I guess we failed getting Nia. I guess that's what happened. Did we save? Last autosave. 339 seconds ago. Okay, so we need to get to another save point before we end it for the night. What the? Seraphim's quiet question interrupts your thoughts as the rig cuts across the belt. Hexport is now behind you, drifting out of visual range, its glinting lights now just part of the background glow of the belt's thousands of reflective bodies. Whatever trouble you stirred up there has surely been left behind, which is why Seraphim's muttering is worrying you. What's up? Seraphim turns. There's a transmission coming out of Hexport, some kind of evac order. He turns back to his console. Let me check this. Sleeper, the voice, as distorted as it is, cuts through you. Lane. It's our husband! It's our husband! Husbando without a shirt. I love you, sir. It's him! It's him! No, we need to go back. I'm so sorry, Cadence. We love a good villain here, but also why are villains hot? Why is this man hot? All right. I know you were there. A hissing pause. Yeah, we love a good villain. Is that coming from Hexport? This guy sucks. Yeah, his actions are questionable, but he is hot. Oh no, whatever shall we do? Hey, Ellie, welcome on in. Good to see you. Is that coming from Hexport? Seraphim glances at you confused. Is what coming from Hexport? Give me a second here, Sleeper. I'm getting a wide channel broadcast. He rubs his shoulder nervously. They are warning people to alter their course away from the station. You are slipping away, a squawk of noise. But we can't have that. I take this personally, Sleeper. A sharp intake of breath. After all my investment, all my care expended upon you, this is how you repay me. I wonder if this is the same conversation we had with him at the very start of the game. Wanted to check in real quick before I get back to Rassles. No, you're all good. Appreciate you stopping on by. Hope the Rassles are going well. At least we're heading away, Seraphim interrupts. Maybe it's just a precaution. I see a little something glinting out there, Lane continues. Could that be you? Sleeper? You hear Seraphim calling, but you don't move, you don't breathe. All you hear is Lane's voice. He literally did the, and I took that personally meme. He did. You unclip from your restraint, dripping forward towards Seraphim. And smooch. We kiss. We kiss the Seraphim is what we do. He gives you a wild look. Something isn't right. You don't feel right. A numbness grows in your body. Your fingers flexing without your input. Uh-oh. You reach out towards Seraphim. I am gripping the armrest of my chair. Are we gonna reach out and like force strangle this man? You reach out towards Seraphin. No, not you. Something reaches out to Seraphin through you. Attention flickers in his eyes. Fear? A hissing silence, then a rumbling blast. All at once the rig screams. System seizing all electromagnetic paralysis. All at once the rig shifts, carried on some shock wave of light, pain, then darkness. Oh god. Glitch dice? Wait, did this save yet? No, we have still not saved. We are still not saved. In any way, shape, or form, we're not saved. Voices echo warmly through your mind. You can't quite make out what is being said, and any attempt to focus causes a growing flare of pain, so you let them fill the air, unidentifiable and soft. You are floating, and so you cannot yet feel your body or its weight. The feeling is pleasant, soothing, and yet the moment you realize this, it begins to fade. Something spasms in your fingers, and you flick it away. A sensation crosses the sole of your foot, and you kick your leg. A weight settles itself in your chest. Yeah, the glitch dice look really cool, too. Ooh, it's cyberpunk, but in space! My beloved. You are awake. You open your eyes to light playing across a surface pattern with stained cushioning. You are alone. The voice is replaced by the hum of air cycling, the distant clank of maintenance systems. You are alone, and this is not your ship. Uh-oh, we got separated from our boyfriend and our not girlfriend. You jerk upwards against the straps that hold you loosely to the berth, suddenly confronted with the last thing you remember, an overwhelming numbness, and below it, an insipid animating force creeping through your mind. You pull at the straps and free yourself, floating up into the small habitation room, cushioned and worn, your mind racing. What happened? You surge back and remember only Seraphin's shouts and sudden acceleration of the rig, and then darkness. A chill runs through you. Cold light fills the room, and you float over to the dark square of the window. You see stars, the bright pinpricks of drive trails, and skeletal docking bridges. This is a station. This is indeed a station. This is indeed a society. We live in a society. A sudden hiss draws your attention to the door, which slides open with a puff of equalizing pressure. Bliss? Wait! Is this Bliss from the first game? Oh my god, I think this is Bliss from the first game. My baby's all grown up! Oh! Oh my god, I love that! The entering figure jumps as they see you are awake. You're up. They hesitate in the doorway. Who are you? As in the kiddo? So Bliss from the first game was the one who was at the top of the spire eye looking thing at the center of the eye, right? She had a repair docking station that you got to help her fixing into taking contract projects, right? And one of the endings is choosing to leave with her and the Merc, if I recall correctly. So it's that one, and she leaves the repair shop to her assistant, which I don't remember his name. Not the kiddo. No, not Fung. Not Fung and Min. No. That would be cool if we ran into them, though. The entering figure, okay, so who are you? They laugh nervously. Right. We didn't meet. They glance back out of the doorway as if looking for help. I'm Bliss. They shrug, not sure of what to add. Your crew are out. Sorry, they brought you here. Here? Right. They nod slowly. This is my room. They glance around. Not much, I know. We are in my repair bay on the far spindle, if you know where that is. In the belt? Yeah, they smile sympathetically. In the belt. Their personality has definitely changed from where we saw them in the first game. I'm curious to know the time lapse. So from when the first game began, or when the time of which the first game took place to now, I'm curious of how much time has lapsed. Because this is definitely not the same Bliss characteristics. Which is fine, like maybe they went through a hard time, who knows. They look around in the room again. Oh yeah, it's been like so long since we last saved. Come on, let's go get somewhere a little more comfortable. They hold out a hand. You're safe, don't worry. Yes, don't worry, Sleeper, we can trust Bliss. We can trust Bliss. You follow them out into the corridor, gliding behind them. They move with the ease of someone who is either born in Zero G or has spent most of their life in it. They guide you to an enclosed balcony, where heavily scratched, thick acrylic windows look out onto the chaotic-looking wet dock. At the center of the dock is the rig, scratched and worn, but still your ship. It's a reassuring sight. How much did you complete the first game? I 100%ed it. So I saw all the endings and basically everything that you could see, I guess. So what happened? Your ship, Bliss pauses. You were lucky I heard about your distress signal. You sense they are holding something back. I guess that expensive long-range array I was tricked into buying finally paid off. They laughed to themselves. Well, at least for someone. You were out cold when I got there, and have been for all the cycles since. Your friend wasn't in great shape either, but he bounced back fast. I make a habit of doing that. Oh, look at Seraphim! Oh, look at him. He's got a little poo-poo on his nose. That's our husband. Look, he's got like little medical things around him, and he's not in his like super cargo pants. Oh, baby. Good to see you. He can't suppress his smile. Are you okay? He smiles. Don't start fussing over me, Sleeper. I'm good. He's slaying the shorts. He's absolutely slaying the shorts. Oh my god, I love him. Your eyes fall to Seraphin's bandaged abdomen. He notices and pulls his jacket over the wound. Certainly looks better than when you came in. You should have seen. Bliss abruptly stops after Seraphin glares in their direction. Oh, so they don't want this. They don't want Sleeper to know what happened. Here, Seraphin pulls a few chits out of his pocket. Catch. He slings them over to Bliss. That's all I could get for now. Working in, well, what are you paying them for? Seraphin laughs. Who do you think put the rig back together? Bliss looks at you apologetically. I know what it looks like, but I'm sorry. I can't work for free. Keeping this place going is bad enough. No, I got it. I got it. Seraphin nods. We're just thankful you towed us in. We aren't freeloaders. Bliss looks between the two of you. I'll let you two catch up. They turn to you. I'm glad you're awake. We were worried. They pat you on the shoulder and glide back down the corridor. With Bliss gone, silence descends on you and Seraphin, both of you unsure of what to say. Okay, we're missing Junie. Where the fuck is she? But we want to know I want to know what happened. What do you remember? He looks at you with concern. A transmission. Seraphin looks out at the rig. He takes a breath, steeling himself for what he has to say. Hexport is... He clears his throat. It's gone. What do you mean by gone, sir? What is that? It's gone? Did they Death Star it out of the sky? Out of space? Is Elaine Darth Vader in disguise? Is that what's happening right now? Yeah, did the mans blow it up? That would be so fucking funny, though. If he's like, oh, what's that glittering in the sky? What's that little glint I see? And then boom, Death Star laser. Like, oh god. So we don't, so I wonder if you can get Nia and bring her out of there. Oh god. Damn. Oh no. Damn, and I can't save. I can't save my game right now. Fuck. Just because, like, I wanted to hop off at this point, but we're gonna at least get to a safe spot. Dropped off the map. No signals apart from one sent from fleeing ships. Oh, okay, so maybe she escaped with her brother. There's a chance she escaped from her brother. Lane doesn't get his own way. Also, Lane, don't have what I have. I'm gonna ruin your life. I don't know what happened. No one does. Your mind skips, unable to focus on the information you've just been told. You think of the constant activity of the bends, the rumble of Factory Row, Karsten, gone. By the time Bliss reached us, we had drifted out of range. They couldn't have seen it go up, but I saw a sleeper. Something exploded. White hot. He rubs his arm, suppressing a shiver. A moment later, that shockwave was on us. Oh, because it expanded out. That makes sense. The rig was crippled. Engine kept firing, but guidance went offline, sending us arcing out across the belt. He drops a hand inside his jacket, pressing against the bandage on his side. I managed to get her under control, but not before we started spinning. My restraints came loose and you weren't even strapped in, so we both got scrambled. He smiles a weak smile. Felt like being trapped in an auto wash. He turns back to you. I'm impressed you made it, to be honest. A flesh and blood human would have been smashed to pieces. He goes silent, the image a little too raw for him to continue. Could it be to do with us? He shrugs. Your guess is as good as mine. He squints. Would Lane do something like that? It doesn't make any sense. Utsubo is a gang. They run Darkside. They don't go around blowing up stations. All anyone is seeing is debris and radiation. I picked up a lot of ship transponders before the rig went offline. Maybe some people got out. He stops, unable to add anything more. You both float in silence for a moment. So what now? Seraphim laughs weakly. One step at a time. You in a rush? We already owe Bliss for the work they did on the rig, and it isn't finished yet. A few more cycles, I've been told. Bliss won't hold us hostage, but I don't like to skip out without paying, even if we could get the rig started up. He rubs his necklace between his fingers. Bad karma. Beyond that, we need work. Fuel, supplies, and we need to make sure you're okay. He counts off the issues on his fingers. After that, he shrugs. I haven't heard of anyone coming after us, and if they did, they'd have come through Hexport, or what's left of it. He looks away. The far spindle is way out of Lane's territory anyway. They call this bit of the belt the Wash, and the stations have run differently to Darkside, so for now we have some freedom. Seraphim sighs. Freedom to go broke, starve, and get into even more trouble, that is. In all honesty, I was hoping you might have some ideas. I want to explore. The far spindle? There's plenty to see. This is a free station. No one faction holds control, so it's quite the circus. Just watch your step out there. Seraphim pauses and stares down. Look, sleeper. He rubs his side. I'm not sure I can work right now. I just got kicked out of a salvage yard for passing out on the job. He looks away. Even with the pain meds I've been able to scare up. I can fly, that's for sure. He stares obstinately at the rig. I can't read words, it's fine. But you're going to need some crew if you want to do any serious work. He chews his lip. I'm sorry. Don't be. Thanks, sleeper. He turns away. I'm going to take some rest on the rig. I'm wiped. You look out at the rig as he leaves. The warmth and softness of your waking moments now feeling like a distant memory. Is this what you wanted? Freedom? A chance to work for yourself, not Lane? Well, here it is, with all the problems and complications you could imagine. And at what cost? Could Lane have wiped out Hexport just to try to end you? You shiver at the thought. But if not Lane, then who? Theories cloud your mind. Alright, we're gonna dwell on them, because I'm curious to know what these theories are. Could it have been Conway? A drone or mind drifting starward? Senate stat, perhaps, with some plan to weaken the belt? Or a belt faction attempting to flip the board by intent or mistake? I kind of wanted to work for him. The belt had considered itself safe from the war brewing in the inner system, but now, Hexport's loss would be felt all across the Starward belt. But what does that mean to you? Your needs are much more immediate, apparent. Those must come first. You take a breath. Time to make a plan. Alright, so we've gained some glitch. Glitch is a penalty you gain from fixing dice and from Lane's attempts to hack your system. Interesting. Your current level of glitch is represented by the glitch clock to the right of your dice. Okay, so up here. You can have a maximum of 6. Each level of glitch you gain will increase your chance of rolling a glitch dice. Each time you roll a glitch dice, you clear one level of glitch. A glitch dice has an 80% chance of a negative outcome when used and a 20% of a positive outcome. Okay, so how do we get rid of it? Each time you roll a glitch dice. Oh shit, now we're talking to Junie. Did we save the game? No, the game is not saved yet. Find Junie in the airlock, her small collection of things crammed into her bag. Hi, Jesse. Good to see you. How are you? I was coming to see you, I promise. She looks nervous. I was waiting for you to wake up, but Seraph says you're okay, so... you're going? She looks away. I am. While you were out, she pauses, the concern for you obvious. I was digging into the data I pulled from that core, the Solheim one. There's a lot of stuff in there, but it's impossible to read. Either I'm decrypting it wrong or I don't have the right cipher. Whatever it is, I think it means the data is important. So chilly. Yeah, do bundle up and stay warm. I'm in my trickster jacket, which makes me very happy. It's so soft, especially on the outside. Whatever it is, I think the data is important, or at least it was to Solheim. I need to find someone to help me pick away at it, or to crack it open. She looks down. That's why I'm going. And, we can take you there. No, look. She takes a sharp breath. After what happened with the rig, Bliss saving us, we're all lucky to be alive. She shifts her bag on her shoulder. I think I'm better off alone, for now. You didn't get this dialogue. Interesting. What choice did you make at the Solheim wreck? What choice did you decide? Because what we decided to do was we let Junie take the data from the core of the data core of the ship, and Junie helped us get off Hexport without paying Karsten. The eeping and chilly, but good. Good. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm a bit hungry, but that's because, like, I keep having to talk, so I can't eat my cookie. Say, actually, there would be too much info. Oh, okay, okay. Sounds good, sounds good. She's now scared of you and Seraphin. Yeah, I'm getting that vibe, too, that, like... But also, like, if she needs something to help decrypt, then maybe, but... I don't know. I actually got too warm, which is hilarious considering the last 3 weeks I have been through. Yeah, I'm glad you have heat now, though. But don't say that out loud, Susie. Don't say that out loud. That you're too warm, because then your heat's gonna get turned off again. Oh, she suddenly reaches into her bag, producing a handful of chits. Some of the data I sold. Just so I could buy myself a ticket to where I need to go.
Exciting times ahead.
Ooh, water ID, thank you. I am cold, I promise. You are now Alice from Detroit Become Human. Congratulations. It's not much, but here's your share. She passes you the chits. Thank you. You deserve more. She catches herself. I mean, I'm sorry. Good luck, sleeper. Until Seraphin has said goodbye for me. What are you chasing? I want to know more. Great, I'm cold. That sounds like a you problem. She freezes, caught off guard by your question. She pauses. I know there's value, true value in that data, sleeper. I know it, and I have a project to continue. When I can't, I won't abandon. Maybe I could tell you about it another time. Please, I want to know what's on this data files. She smiles weakly, closing up again. Well, she rubs the back of her neck. See you around. You watch her drift away down the docking tunnel and into the far spindle, with questions still bouncing around in her head. Maybe if you cross paths again, you might be able to get some of them answered. Damn. Now it's saved. Ooh! Damn, this station be big. So we'll have the Pinnacle docks up there. The spindle core. This is where rig is. Bliss's Bay. The underhang. Okay, and that's it for now. This is so cool. I'm really excited. I don't know how to repair the glitch dice, though. I'm not sure how to repair it. I'm genuinely asking because I just don't know what to do with them. Like, please guidance. And then we'll be done for the night. Night City as a station? Potentially. Ooh, okay. So we can choose any one of these. I think eventually we can choose which one we want to be active at one time. Okay. Okay. Alright, we saved. So I consider that a success. We did the things, friends. We did the things. I'm very excited to keep playing this. The world just feels so big, and I'm just so excited. I loved the first game, and I even convinced my coworker to also play this game as well. So I'm gonna have to ask him if he played any of it this weekend. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Do we have a raid to target? I assume none. I'm not seeing any. Okay. Okay. Let me look. Let me see who's live on my end. Yeah, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. My bad. You got too invested, Susie. Way too invested. Let's see. Okay. We're gonna raid on over to Morbidly Gay, who I think normally plays Dead by Daylight, if I recall correctly, who is not playing Dead by Daylight, but is playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure. So we're gonna go right on over to him. But I do want to remind of the upcoming stream schedule first before we head on out. So on Monday of this upcoming week, we will be continuing our playthrough of Lake, which is we are playing as a postal worker, and there's drama llama in the town, and it's great. Tuesday, we're going to begin, hopefully, Life is Strange Double Exposure, pending my game doesn't break in half, or my computer doesn't break in half. Saturday is when we're going to have our extra special The College Talk, where you can ask me and Guthix, who are both academic advisors at universities, questions about college and all of those wonderful things. And then next Monday, we will continue Citizen Sleeper. I might possibly pop on next Friday night to play Citizen Sleeper. I might. I'm not sure yet. I'll let you know in the server. It'll probably be up to how I feel that day, streaming-wise and whatnot. Oh, Sari now does that thing when you do a raid. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool that it now, like, recognizes when you're doing a raid. So it's like, oh, have a great rest of your day. Yes, make sure to take care of yourselves, my friends. The world is very crazy right now. So do please make sure to take care of yourselves. Do what you need to do. Trans rights are human rights. Science is real. Believe the scientists. All that shit. All of that wonderful goodness. But take care of yourselves, my friends. I will see you all on Monday for Lake, which should be a fun, relaxing, chill time as I'm thinking about this game in the background. But this has been a wonderful stream. Thank you so much for hanging on out with me tonight, and I will see you all really soon. My name is Erin Gray, Queer by Twitch streamer, signing off.